Yeah. Gangsta. Y'all ready?
Gangsta girl, you bastard.
Got it, we back at it.
Hey, label told me not to drop a tape. Label told me not to drop a tape.
I'm sorry.
Fuck. P.O. told me not to leave the state. Fuck. Label told me not to drop a tape.
Streets asked for it.
DJ Drama, fuck these niggas up.
Hey, label told me not to drop a tape. Fuck 'em. P.O. told me not to leave the state. Fuck. 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 Young nigga, you got a 9. You doing fine. You dog down for him an ounce. I can see you trying. Yeah, I respect your grind. 252. I respect the 9. And I know 9 niggas chillin'. 3 of them tellin'. I got 9 niggas with me. 8 of them felons. 9. Fresh off the slab. Tell them fuck it, gon' front you the whole head. Pussy cat niggas, they got 9 lives. So I'ma try to kill him 9 times. Shout out the niggas on the blocks and the bitches in British shops. With rollers in their head, they niggas off in the fed. Collecting every calls and pictures and writing letters. And making every visit, y'all the realest bitches ever. 100. 100. See, niggas don't get it, my nigga. Like, niggas talking they want a bad bitch. See, a straight nigga need a real bitch, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna go through something? Nigga took you on 9 trips to 9 countries, ran through 900,000. And a nigga locked up 9 days and the bitch gone. Damn. These bitches temporary. My hustle necessary. One thing about me and a hoe, I ain't never worried. 99 problems, one issue, them folks will lynch you. You on the court and you ballin', them feds will come and bench you for real. Indict you 25 life, you for real. For real. My homie told me not to cross the plug, but fuck it. But down bad, I told him what it was. So fuck 'em.
You know, sometimes you just gotta say fuck them.
Fuck.
And make your move.
Fuck. My album dropping may not sell a record, but fuck it. Kill a nigga, make them hoes respect it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Where you at, BabeNation? We're outside, BabeNation. Y'all sitting up there letting this bitch play in your face and tell y'all this hoe's on vacation. Where y'all at, BabeNation? Listen, your Lord and Master, your cult leader's about ready to go on a vacation, bitch. Is your cult leader, BabeNation.
Talking right now. Talking right now. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. The way we live today. Talking right now.
Dress hang on designer everything. Mr. Como de Garçon, Mr. Alexander Wayne, Mr. Chains, pick your rain, flow insane, ho insane. Man, these shoes I got on, these the hardest I done seen. It look clean when you pour it. I remix make it dirty. If she got good head and text me, I text her back and tell her hurry. This that category 5 when I walk up in the strip club. Throw it high, make you and George watch the head. But OGs never fed us, now young niggas fed up. Ballin' so hard, I deserve an and one. Making so the market, and I'm getting it, ain't it? Obviously, you a bitch, you a hoe. That's just my philosophy. And I'm known to kick it like the captain of a soccer team. Billie Jean, red leather, same color, red lobster. And she brainwash, head dog. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. Drop top, head body. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. Drop top, head body. Grams to Grammys, 2 guns, Yosemite. Niggas put that Glock on your ass. Fuck that Heather B, pumping that amphetamines. All this DM peddling. I'll be somewhere settling, somewhere that you have never been. To the top you never been. You might need a respirator, money on the rise, like I'm counting on the elevator. You gon' need a detonator, swimming with them barracudas. Put that rocket on that motherfucking prosecutor. Get some money, get your bunch. I parachute you. I'm so fly, I jump out the air wearing Gucci. I'm raw, talking California roll, smoking California weed with California hoes. Sending flicks to my partners in the state pen. I just got some pants made out of snake skin. See them shades you got on called Ray-Ban, and the shades I got on called A-Ban. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. Drop top, head body. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. Drop top, head body.
Pause there, move on. Back up. So what I'm now? That guy talk, put me that chalk. So what them there? Watch out, true. Take the boy, them go up on this other right now. Move on. All the weed, the money, them move on. Grab everything. No, you're not move. That's a nothing. That's a blood clot thing. Move on. Woman full of blood clot thing.
Good evening, everybody. Listen, y'all, I have been waiting since literally about the early part of the afternoon for this damn, and I canceled the upload and tried to reload it again. So that's on my Cookies, Clara, Cinti, and Chronicles channel, and yet again, it's saying that it's pending. The irony is, I uploaded the part 2, didn't have any issues with that. Okay, let me share this with you for a second. So I don't know if that's some glitch with YouTube or what the situation is. And I keep saying I'm going to stop using StreamYards, but I think it's just a matter of my comfortability with that particular third-party software, because I didn't even realize until I listened to the playback earlier that y'all didn't hear what I was saying at the end of the stream. But I was wondering why it wasn't anybody typing towards the end of the last stream. But I got it. And I'm going to say something, and I don't want... I know I get the gist that there are people that have issues with both both Leak You and Jason. And I'm not here to change your mind about that. Okay, whatever you feel about these individuals personally, you're certainly free to have those feelings and to hold on to those feelings, whether it's bitterness, resentment, anger, frustration, whether you want to punch both of them in the throats or whatever it is. You know, and I'm listening to Jason earlier. He's such a fucking Scorpio, you know, and here's the thing. A lot of times when you have con women like Fabi, okay, and you have, I was talking about that earlier, where bigger content creators like that, if it's a not so popular content creator, in that they have a lot of ops, because they tend to be the ones that don't take any shit, the ones that tend, the professional ass kissers, there will be no shortage of asses for them to kiss on YouTube. They'll just go from content to creator to content creator, kissing ass and licking ass. I'm not licking no ass. I'm not sucking no ass. I'm not shellacking no ass. The only thing you're going to get is a swift foot up your motherfucking ass. Okay? That's about it. When it comes to bigger content creators, I'm not impressed. And the people that know me best already know that. So it would be nothing short of arrogance for a bitch to come over here into our sector and think that because she has a name in her own sector, that she could come over here and just, you know, everybody was just going to start eating out of her ass. That I'm telling you, to a reasonable degree of certainty, what that means is that she didn't do her research. I've said it from the very beginning that the people in the beef sector were only hearing certain names. We're not the only content creators over here. One of the things that was always interesting about that situation, and this is why when I talk about narcissistic bitches, right? Nothing that you ever do is ever going to be enough to satisfy these bitches unless you are going to be a permanent ass kisser. If you all remember that day when she talked about having this combination of the black sector, the state of the black sector and the state of the beef sector, when I had Suge and Jazzy on my panel, if you remember, I said that at this point in time, that's more reserved for a much more experienced YouTuber who has been down in the trenches a little bit longer than me, or is a little bit more experienced than me as a content creator. That was my way of respectfully passing the torch to somebody, to two content creators that at that time I had a great, one of them I still have a great deal of respect for, right? And the other who at that time I had a great deal of respect for. As if to say, that's not something that I want to be a part of. If you're going to offer that to somebody, I think these two would be more worthy or more deserving of their position. And that was out of genuine love that I had for both of them at that time. So recently, there's been this fallout with the fairies, right? I've never been a fairy. Okay. And because Moody and Champagne Key, first of all, they're not really content creators. So it's very easy to label them all of these things. In my opinion about them and what they did remains the same. I believe that they were her friend. And I know when you deal with a certain archetype of bitch, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do or what you say, it's never going to satisfy. If she's not the center of attention and the world is not revolving around her, if she's not the most attractive, if she's not the most intelligent, these are the bitches that really can be right up underneath of you, and the whole time you think they're rooting for you, but when in all actuality, listen, history lesson, I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. Let's be clear about it. I don't give a fuck about what a nigga or a nigga bitch think, right? See, I'm not a bitch. Be clear, okay? I'm not a bitch that you want to be able to tribally shame. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. It's not a white motherfucker on fucking YouTube that has ever done to me the type of shit that niggas have done. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. Get your nigga ass out of my motherfucking chat room. You not gonna come in here and shame me about a motherfucking thing, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you a nigga or if you a nigga bitch. Get your funky ass out of my motherfucking chat room. No, you get the fuck out of here. Bye, bitch. Hold on. Get that motherfucker out of here. That history lesson. Bye, bitch. I blocked you. So don't come for my minds. I blocked you, bitch. Now go create another account and come in here and talk some spicy shit so I can block your ass again. Yes, after my experiences with these niggas, listen, I couldn't agree more to put some paperwork in your motherfucking life. Some of y'all niggas need some paperwork in your life. See, because you respect that white man. See, when that white man get on your motherfucking ass, all these niggas from ZX the fuck on down running around this motherfucker shook. You got a bitch lying about being on motherfucking vacation. If it is, it's a vacation that the bitch just scheduled because she knows she getting ready to go to fucking federal prison. I don't believe that bitch went on no fucking vacation, at least not no planned vacation. That bitch somewhere lying, figuring out how she gonna conjure up some shit to deflect from the fact that this bitch just got popped, her and her whole fucking family, for being fucking scammers. And the truth of the goddamn matter is, you don't goddamn know if her family even fucking know. But I'll tell you how they gonna know, bitch, because I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna ask them if they fucking know. And then I'm going to give them to the goddamn links to the videos on fucking YouTube and let them know motherfuckers is on their asses. See, we going to find out if they know, if they in on it. That's what we going to do. Oh, so you support? Get your first of all, motherfucker. I ain't never. Don't get it confused. I don't care how many people come into this chat room. Okay, I know my people, and I know if it's the first time that I've seen an account in that chat. I don't give a fuck how many people are in that chat. Don't ever get that part confused. I've never seen you in my motherfucking chat. And you drop down out the clouds because you and your niggified ass think you gonna bring your dashiki wearing, right? When you want to talk that white supremacy talk, nigga, what have you built? What do you own? What do you control? Sit your funky ass down for I emasculate the fuck out of you, and I will do it unapologetically. I am the fuck now and have always been a divested-minded woman. If y'all niggas chose to believe that bullshit that these motherfuckers were telling you, that would be the fuck on you. I have always been pro black women leaving your dirty, crusty, begging, womanizing ass in the motherfucking dust. And ain't a goddamn thing about it changed. You go carry your funky ass over there to the motherfucking mammies. And the goddamn handmaidens for the motherfucking pimparchy that's gonna coddle your motherfucking ass. I don't coddle my goddamn sons, the sons that came out of my pussy. So what the fuck makes you think you special, bitch? That's the problem with y'all cowardly, punk-ass motherfucking niggas. You over there hiding up underneath of the skirt of motherfucking bitches like the fucking ZXs. That's why they have no goddamn testicular fortitude the fuck now. They used to y'all dumb bitches being out there on the front lines, despite the fact that you see them abusing and attacking other fucking black women, you still stand with them and fucking support them. Knowing that you could be the next bitch that they fucking attacking or fucking doxing. Get your fucking ass the fuck on before you get your feelings hurt around this motherfucker. I toned down for one reason and for one reason only. Okay? I don't make content for men, bitch. You want to be coddled? You want your dick sucked by another man? Take your ass over there to the goddamn manosphere. Because not even the gays that know their power would fuck around with you broke ass motherfucking niggas. I don't want to hear why a goddamn single gay man has surpassed you in finances and fucking assets. But you want to talk that pro-black shit to me. But you dependent on a bitch for every fucking thing. Get your fucking ass on for I dog walk you, bitch. Gay men owning houses. They got houses. They got businesses. All this here shit. They got corporate jobs. All this shit. And y'all niggas up here hiding behind the skirts of bitches. Are you fucking kidding? I can't take you fucking niggas seriously. And the truth of the goddamn matter is, when it comes to the brothers that fuck with me the long way, there are times when, at the end of the day, they know I'm not talking to them. But I absolutely fucking refuse to every goddamn time I fucking say something, say not all. Fuck that not all shit. It applies to who the fuck it applies to. Now let the goddamn hit dogs holler, because I'm in some let the bodies hit the floor mode type of shit. Hey, Miss Philadelphia. Wanna come crawling your fucking crusty motherfucking ass while you probably laying up in some bitch house right now, freeloading off her motherfucking Wi-Fi. The kids gotta wait for your tired, through and lit delayed motherfucking ass to get the fuck up off their game. Or to finish fucking their mother so they can fucking eat. Get your ass out of my motherfucking face, nigga. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Believe that. Track that as fucking Cookie Monster facts, bitch. You better do your research around this motherfucker. You keep listening to these motherfuckers that tell you I'm some dick thirsty demon the fuck if you want to, bitch. You gonna be in for a rude motherfucking awakening. Abso-fucking-lutely. When you got motherfuckers that stand around and watch a woman being sexually assaulted on a motherfucking train while they're filming and nobody comes to her fucking aid, I don't give a fuck. Motherfucker in the goddamn supermarket with a bitch with an EBT card. She get to the counter. She paying for her groceries with a fucking EBT card. And he got his crusty motherfucking ass there with a goddamn cell phone. Nigga, if you can't buy groceries, you can't pay a motherfucking cell phone bill either nigga. And 9 times out of 10, he probably on the phone texting some other goddamn dusty bitch while he living up in her shit. Motherfucker don't own so much as a goddamn lemonade stand made out of motherfucking cardboard goddamn boxes. Can't sell you a goddamn warm cup of motherfucking piss. But wanna come talk some shit. You got the right strip, but the wrong motherfucking hoe, nigga. Excuse me for 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. So, before the dickhead came in here and so rudely interrupted me, so that's the type, those be the type of motherfucking niggas. My son sent me a video that was on Facebook, and I told him to send it to me because I wanted to show you niggas in the motherfucking welfare office in Philadelphia ready to start shooting each other in the fucking welfare office. A nigga was on the phone telling the bull where he was. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I wouldn't be on vacation live. You know what that tells me? Do girl. You know what that tells me, do girl? That tells me that this bitch that's over there telling y'all that we are the fucking peasants and the fucking peons. That's what that means. That means it's the bitch that's been telling y'all we are the peasants and the peons. Acknowledge. Like the goddamn Arcadian that she is. Like the Medo-Persian queen that she is. That we are the motherfucking 300. That's what that's telling me. I'm not the fuck impressed. If she's live, why don't you have your flunky flying monkey motherfucking ass over them, then bitch? If she's live, why the fuck are you dropping down in my motherfucking chat to spread the word, bitch? Why don't you have your flunky ass the fuck over there in her chat then? You mean to tell me the queen of the beef sector has to send word to my chat room with an attempt to what? Sway the audience to hers? You mean to tell me the peon, the irrelevant bitches can go live and have that bitch go live on vacation? Is that what you're telling me? That the felon, that the bitch that got the kitchen in her bedroom can go live and have that bitch go live on vacation? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? The bitch that live in a 9-bedroom house with the bathroom or whatever was the kitchen or whatever in the goddamn bathroom. The convicted felon, the broke bitch, the bum bitch, the peasant can make the queen go live? Good. Tell the bitch to live stream me so she can hear about this paperwork the feds about to put in her live. Tell the bitch to live, to share. Tell the bitch to stream the live so she can find all about this paperwork the feds about to put in her motherfucking live. So let me take this banner down. Before the dickhead that wants black women to coddle his motherfucking ass, or this motherfucking mammy that want to be in servitude for the remainder of all her days, bought they funky motherfucking ass off up in my goddamn chat room. What I was saying was that a lot of times when it comes to you, it's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when it comes to people having smaller channels. Sometimes a person may have a smaller channel because they may have actually lost a bigger channel that they've had. That's first and foremost. Secondly, truth tellers, if you want to be fake and phony, it's nothing for you to grow a platform. If you want to go along to get along, kiss a little ass, suck a little ass, lick a little ass crack, it's nothing for you to get your platform up and growing. If you want to attach your papoose to somebody else's train, that's very easy to do. What's not easy to do is to go against the grain, to take a stand, and instead of going along with the flow, you make a choice to stand out on your own. Yes, it's going to be a more difficult climb. It doesn't mean that it's impossible, but it just means, and I think the governor touched on that the other night, you won't have as many, you will have a lot of obstacles put in your way because you're not kissing ass. But once you make it there, nobody will ever be able to say, I made that bitch. I made that nigga. You wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for me, just because they share your motherfucking videos. And I've always said that bigger content creators use smaller content creators. And a lot of times the smaller content creators allow that, right? Because maybe they don't have the confidence to believe that they can do it on their own. So what you have is the bitches like your Macro Majesty that will exploit your gifts and your talents. They will vamp off of your creativity because they don't have any, nor do they have any originality. But you will forever find yourself being indebted to them because you don't see your potential. However, what's interesting is that they see your potential. That's why they perceive you as a threat. They see your potential. They know if that veil is lifted from your eyes, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Everybody doesn't cuss and use vulgarity with the way that they read. So a lot of times what happens is that they're able to successfully conveniently, albeit conveniently, because see, keep in mind, it takes two motherfuckers to talk. That's first and foremost. If somebody's information, such as a heavyweight like Tasha K, that's on her A game on YouTube, if somebody is contacting you with that type of information, that's kind of like an ace that a person will play close to the vest. That's not to say that it's true, because we haven't seen any receipts that it is. Even if it is true, what the fuck does that have to do with the fucking fact that this bitch took out a loan? And I seen a retarded bitch over there in Brianna's chat. I mean, in her comment, didn't she tell y'all flunkies to stop windmilling for her? That if motherfuckers was talking shit, didn't she tell y'all dumb do-girls and fucking flunkies not to defend her? Because you make her look bad? Because people will weaponize that against her, and nonetheless, you bitches are so fucking dumb. It's easy to see how this bitch could finesse you out of your money and take a money that she's telling you is supposed to be a group vacation. And she goes on vacation with the motherfucking money. A trip to Disney World that she never would have took her motherfucking daughter on. She never would have took her there. But there was some information. Hey, Shug. that Jason shared. And there were some gems in that. As far as that trip, first and foremost, being illegal, right? And not only was that trip illegal in the state of Illinois because she doesn't have a license to be having those tourism types trips and such, it's financially beneficial when it comes to defrauding the IRS. And certain, there's an aspect, there's a part of those loans that she got that will allow you to be compensated if in fact the government is able to successfully prosecute her ass or find that she used those funds illegally, which she did. Make no mistake about that. So I'm seeing this dumb bitch in her comments talking about some lamps and we don't know if, listen, again, like I said in the comments, this is some news you can use. The good news for her ops is she defrauded the government. The bad news is that bitch ain't gonna need no $250 lamps. Where the fuck she go? See, she not even going to be able to control the light switch. Where the fuck she go? Those are the facts. And again, the only numbers she need to be concerned about are the ones that's going to be on her prison issued motherfucking uniform. The ones that's going to be on that paperwork the Fed's going to put in that bitch live. Because again, the clock is ticking. So if she's going live, hopefully she's telling you, and Sugar's in the chat. Sugar, do you know since when, bro, are inmates able to work outside of the prison via the internet as an employee and collect money that the DOC don't know nothing about? In a damn internet business. An internet line. Here's the whole thing. I need Diva up here to do that damn whistle. Here's the whole thing. Dum-dum. You do realize that she applied for, right, and received that loan prior to her opening this business. Those funds were supposed to be to recoup from losses that they incurred as the result of COVID. At the time that she opened her business, that wasn't applicable to her because she opened the business after she applied for and was approved for the loan. That's fraud. Moreover, how is it that a brother that you have that's in prison, that has been in state prison, how was he listed as an employee that received funding? The clock is ticking, bitch. At the time that I told you on the live stream today, right, that you have to explain how your brother in prison was an employee for you at your business when you applied for that loan, I'm going to contact the warden at the prison where he's at. And I'm going to make sure they start an investigation. It's one of two things. Either he wasn't in on it, and Sugar already know they're going to yank him out of the cell, bring him down for an investigation, and his ass 9 times out of 10 is going to be in a hole until the completion of the investigation. Those are just the fucking facts. And whenever there's something like that going on in the prison, it's going to automatically bring the feds in because that's who handles matters like that when it comes to the prisons. They did the same thing when it came to the income tax scam. You had inmates filing deceased people. He's going straight to the motherfucking hole, bitch. Straight to the hole. And he's going to be in lock for the duration of the fucking investigation. So trust and believe me. If well, he may not, because he's not the rat in the situation. His co-defendant is actually the one that ratted, because his co-defendant remained free several years after he was convicted. So he's not the rat. But again, it's one of two things. Either he was in on it and you broke him off. They're going to pull his financial records. They're going to pull the phone records. They're going to pull the visitation records. They're going to do all of that shit, bitch. And again, the clock is ticking. I'm going to call the warden of the prison and ask him, how is it that your brother that's incarcerated was able to be an employee for an internet hair business that started after the time that you actually applied, at the time that you applied for the funds? When you received it, there was no business. So how did you incur any losses as the result of COVID? That's fraud, bitch. And it's wire fraud. That's first and foremost. Secondly, one of the reasons why you can't discredit information solely because of the source. Again, nobody is saying you have to be the dude's friend. Nobody is saying you have to be his online bestie. You don't have to be his bestie to listen to the information or to actually look at the receipts. And a lot of times what these bigger content creators do is they drown out the truth because of their audience, because of this name that they have established for themselves. But if you go back, and I'm going to share the link to that particular video. Again, nobody is saying, I put it this way, I'll put this disclaimer out there. Deal with him at your own risk. Nobody is saying exchange information with the dude. Nobody is saying be his bestie. I'm saying listen to the information that he is providing in this particular stream regarding it being illegal for this whole FyeCation thing was illegal in the first goddamn place. That's on a state level. This other shit is federal. And there's even instruction there that he admits that he's putting out there. He knew her ops was going to get to it if he said it out there. Why do you need 3, 4, 5 cash apps? And I've said before, a lot of times these people use PayPal to launder money. The beautiful thing, well, it's unfortunate for her, but the thing about the feds is they can pull motherfucking records from any goddamn where in the world. Not just the nation, but the world. So if you can hide some shit from them, you a bad motherfucker. You deserve anything that you keep if you can hide some shit from them. It's unlikely, though, in your situation, because clearly you're a dumb bitch. Now, because I wasn't a part of the beef sector, and I got my bro Shook in the chat, that's the expert interviewer. Okay. Some of you all may be a lot more knowledgeable about the things, because this kind of like, again, this is kind of like, not only is it a testament to her character, it's indicative of the fact that the bitch has no problem defrauding motherfuckers. See, a lot of people think, oh, that's just the government. They'll defraud the government, but they know if they defraud the government, they'll defraud your motherfucking ass. If they will defraud a motherfucker that holds the power of their freedom over their motherfucking hand, who the fuck do you think you are? What makes you special? If they would prey on money that the taxpayers made, what makes you think that you're special? The fact of the matter is you're not. They'll do it to you too. All of that, no. The bitch is a financial fucking predator and a master manipulator. She found a way to put bitches on a host roll like her mother was, and be able to talk the talk that a pimp talks. In the same way, if you ever seen those stories about the pimps and how they're able to lure the women in, and how they treat them once they actually get control of them. Do you realize that when the women go to jail for the pimps, that they don't give up the pimps? That they'll go to prison to protect the pimps? Do you know how many women I was in prison with that went to prison protecting men for crimes that they may not have even committed, only to be abandoned once they got in prison? So it made me say, okay, well, let me look into this whole, let me start seeing if some of the people that have not gotten their money back. No, you don't get to say, oh, well, they were okay, they didn't pressure you for your money. What the fuck does that mean? So that means you wasn't supposed to give it back to them for a trip that never happened? You absolutely should have refunded each and every motherfucker that you got that money from. Each and every person that you took a payment from. Some people are not confrontational. They may not be hurting for cash, so they won't just, they may not ask. Jason was right in this sense. They may not ask for the money back. They may not want the problems or to deal with them cult members over there. So they may not say anything. Sometimes people really are afraid. And they get the gist of that. Don't think by any stretch of the imagination they're not aware of it, because they absolutely are. But the point that I was trying to make is nobody is saying, hey, go over there and be Jason's bestie. What I'm telling you is at least just watch and listen to the stream and listen to the information. Because he also provides information so that you don't go on this wild goose chase. And so that you get the maximum effect that could be a part of his Scorpio tendencies, to be so detail oriented, but to get the maximum effect so that you're not wasting time. And how convenient. So is that 50% off sale, Your Macro Majesty? Is that for and I'm gonna drop the link and see if anybody wants to come up. We'll see if Sugar, somebody wants to come up. And I'm probably gonna call you, Sugar, to see how we should proceed with our investigation while she's on vacation. Because absolutely not. You do not get to take thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from folks. Okay? And then skip off into the sunset. Happy as a lesbian with a new strap on. No, ma'am. That's not the program. And again, the clock is ticking. I'll be waiting, right? Because I want to know how your brother was an employee while he was in the DOC, the Department of Corrections, the Illinois Department of Corrections, How was he an employee for your business during COVID with no access to the internet? And you have an internet-based business. Inmates are not allowed to work outside of the institution because they are, at that point in time, property of the Department of Corrections. Those are just the facts. And any exchange of money as it pertains to inmates has to come through and be approved of by the DOC. That's the reason why you can't just walk into a visiting room and just hand the inmate money. It has to be put on his books so that it can be documented. But what's going to happen is they're going to look at his books and they're going to see whether or not they're going to pay attention to the pattern of money that he received. They do it all the time for people that are alleged to be dealing drugs within the institution walls. So they're going to pull his records to see, right, if that matches up, or if there was an increase in finances shortly prior to you getting that loan and after you getting that loan. They're going to pull those conversations that when you call from home that they tell you are being recorded. They're going to pull all that shit. That's where you made your crucial mistake at. Well, that's just it. As April, that's what they do all of the time. Let me put this banner up and make sure that that's because I don't want nobody putting out no dicks or the Is that you? Is that you, Bama girl? Bama girl. She might be having trouble with her audio. Can you all hear me? Yeah, she's having trouble with her audio. I'm gonna give her some time to get it together. But that's Bama girl, y'all. Okay. So yeah, that's just the way that goes. Anytime that there's like something like that happens, because again, what you had a few years back is inmates claiming people's dead people's social security numbers. They were claiming income taxes and all of that stuff like that. So the prison, each time that stuff like that happens, once it comes to the Department of Corrections in both the federal prison and what the feds are going to do is recharge your ass with some more shit. Okay. And your ass is going to be in solitary confinement probably for a couple of years if you're caught doing something like that. Same thing goes for drug dealing within the institution. But the brother is listed as an employee. I want to know how that's possible when he's been in the DOC for as many years as he has. And you're going to have to put some paperwork. You're going to have to produce some paperwork, bitch, to substantiate the fact that he worked for you in a business. So hopefully you covered that base. For each and every individual that you listed as an employee, you better have some goddamn paperwork to substantiate it. I'm not going to tell you what type of paperwork you need to have, because I want to see the feds put some paperwork in your life, bitch. You think it's funny? You make fun of the time I spent in prison. Well, we're going to see how funny it is when you end up there. When you separated from your child. Okay? And I didn't go there for defrauding any motherfucking body. I spent 8 years there for a drug that they have legalized. Not for robbing, not for stealing, not for killing nobody, not for harming no children. Not for no credit card fraud. For a drug that they have legalized. And that was funny to you. Hold on. I'm gonna drop Bama Girl down because that for whatever reason it's not coming. I'm gonna drop her. I'm gonna drop you down, Bama. I'm not gonna kick you off the thing, but I'm gonna drop you down and pull you out because for whatever reason I can't hear you. But I guess she'll drop down. I'm gonna just mute up her mic or whatever. You know, they think that shit is funny. It's funny. It's some shit to bring out here, even though you come out and you tell your truth, right? This is something that they try to humiliate you with. See, bitch, you want to go read mock or faux strawberry letters? Well, bitch, in a couple of, I want to say in about 10 to 15 years, you're going to have your own motherfucker. Leah is going to be reading your motherfucking strawberry letter, bitch. And I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it. Your daughter is going to be reading your strawberry letter, bitch. Talking about your time in the pen. You ain't had to worry about no blue walls. You're going to have to worry about making sure you keep your cell cleaner than you keep your condo. So that them rats don't get the gnawing at your motherfucking ass at night, bitch. Okay? Them little twerking dances and shit. They gonna have your ass, yeah, you gonna be some bitch's midnight snack. They gonna put your ass out on the block and smoke you like a pack of motherfucking Newports, bitch. And you ain't gonna be able to hit no live button. And BabeNation, we are outside. You gonna be outside, all right, bitch. You gonna be in the yard. And once you get out there, it's yard out, ho. Okay? You ain't gonna be locked and loaded there, bitch, because all weapons is checked at the door. Either you can knuckle the fuck up or bitch, you gonna shut the fuck up. You can add in your strawberry letter how bitches took your snacks. Yeah, all that shit BabeNation gonna send you. Bitches gonna run up in your hut, run up in your mouth and take all of that. They gonna take all your shit. All of that. Bitches gonna take your shit, go right back out to the block, sit in the middle of the block, be heating up the bitches' soups, all of that shit, and dare you to fucking run to the police and tell them so. Ain't no paperwork gonna be put down on the way in there. Not none that's gonna matter anyway. And even PC ain't no protection for your ass. Because motherfuckers will, if they want you bad enough, bitch, the way you run your motherfucking mouth, they will strategize to get out their cells strategically. Catch you going to medical, catch you going to, they will catch your motherfucking ass. And dick your boots, bitch. Is that you, April?
Yes, it's me. Hey, Cookie.
How you doing, babe? How are you?
I'm good, hon. I just wanted to come up real quick just to say, you know, like, okay, that FyeCation thing, like she was started frauding her people way before a PPP loan or a COVID or anything like that ever even happened. Like she, basically what she did was that when her very, very first beef that she started with VS, I'm not sure if you're familiar because she's not on here anymore right now, but she started a beef with this woman and then put it as, you know, that didn't like how the woman came back at her. She actually did, you know, have a court case and all of that. That's something that she'll talk about, you know, she takes pride in. And she back then, she set up a GoFundMe. And that's how her and Sean Bradley separated. He got away from her because she was using his name to advertise the GoFundMe, making people think like they was in it together. And he had to come on and say, like, I don't got nothing to do with that. That's her. I don't got nothing to do with it. So she was asking for money back then, saying that she needed to get legal assistance, and because it was from, you know, across state lines and all of this. And still to this day, she asked for $3,000 through the GoFundMe. She had got it was less than 1,000, but then she ended up admitting that through Cash App she got the majority of the money. So she pretty much got what she asked for, and never, not once, did anything. She said it was federal because it was across state lines, and she needed this money for process servers and lawyers and all of this stuff, and never pursued anything. And still to this day, she people won't ask her. And what she does is, like right now, she says she's on vacation. So what she does is, when she gets caught up in her shit and somebody calls her stuff out, she will kind of go away for a little bit, or just, you know, let some time go by, because then she feels like it'll blow over. Or when she comes back, she'll try to, you know, change the focus to something else. And that way people kind of forget later on. And so that's the same thing she did with FyeCation. She collected money for FyeCation. COVID happened. She didn't reschedule, didn't do anything. And then, you know, she just kept on stretching it out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then she was continuously collecting money. And then she finally said, you know, we're not going to be able to do it. But we're going to reschedule for her birthday. Her birthday's in September. She said that she was going to have this big party, and, you know, everybody who paid would be able to come. She never had the party. And she even collected money again for that party. She tried to, even QB, she tried to get QB, her friend, she was trying to get an Airbnb, trying to get them to pay again. They're like, we paid for FyeCation. We still didn't get that back or nothing. So she was collecting money for that. That party never happened. And then, so she started this business. She got the business loans through all of that time. She used those people's money to do that hair thing, is what she did. She used that money from FyeCation and birthdays and all of that, started the hair business, got the loan money, and waited all the way about a year later, and then started offering refunds, to the point where she knew that people were pretty much going to be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. And that's what happened. Even though there are a few people who were actually asking for her money back, and she would block them, she would ignore them, she would call them out and embarrass them on her live. She did all of that. And there was one person who actually did like file some type of because, you know, there are websites and things that she can be reported to. So there's one lady who actually did go that route and ended up getting her money back, but she got embarrassed, she got called out, she got talked about. And there's some other women who that also happened to, and just had to basically beg for their money, didn't get it until she was ready to give it to them. She come on and say, I'll give it to them when I'm ready. I'm not just giving you nothing because you're asking now. And there was no refunds, and there's no refunds when the event happens. The event never happened. So you have to. It's not about if you want to or not. You automatically should have given every one of those people who paid you for that event, should have gotten their money back. And if they wanted you to have it, they could have given it back to you. They could have just sent it right back. But as a businesswoman and as a person who cares about her support system and the people who tried to support what you were doing, it was only right to just send them their refunds back. And she didn't do that. So that's the history on that. I didn't know if you knew all of that.
No, I didn't. I wasn't in the beef sector at that time. I knew of her, and I had heard, you know how you just hear like trending stories like that. How much was she charging? Because I'm taking notes. How much was she charged? When was this? Like, if you can just give me like a month of when she first started collecting. Do you all recall what? Well, before I ask that question, let me get you, because I don't know what your time constraints are, when Shanty. But welcome to the panel. Can you give me a background of how you know, what information you have about it, or if your recollection mirrors what April's recollection of the whole FyeCation store, what the whole FyeCation saga is about?
I don't remember that part.
Okay.
But I was just coming up here. How you doing, Cookie Monster?
I'm good.
Hey,
I'm good.
April.
I'm good.
Hey,
I was just coming up here that I can't type in your chat anymore.
Okay.
I don't know if I accidentally got blocked. This been about 2 days ago, but I was just waiting till you had, let somebody up on the stream yard, and I just wanted to come up here to say that.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
know if
I will
I
have, I got
accidentally
a
got
really
blocked.
big block list.
Mhm.
And when I stream, I'm streaming through the actual StreamYard application. But so I will have to go when the stream ends, I would have to go in and see if I can find your name, because I have a really big I got a really big block list, but I will definitely see.
Thank
I'm pretty
you.
sure it was by accident. Sometimes it happens by accident, but thank you for
Yeah.
bringing it to my attention. I wrote your username. I'm used to seeing you in the chat.
Yeah, I'm
So
up here. Damn that I can't type up in your doggone chat. I'm like,
right,
Lord Jesus.
right.
When, sweetheart?
So right, so I would definitely go back in and see and find your name.
Okay.
I'm not certain which of the mods may have done that, but it could have also been an accident. But I would
Yeah, they
definitely go
probably was,
back and
honey, because
see.
they were sniping people, honey. So
Okay,
I probably got sniped by accident, but honey, they just doing their job.
all right, all right. So I'll definitely look into that.
Okay, thank you, Cookie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
All right. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Shook is saying for you to email me your channel. When Shanty, Shook is saying, okay, let me put it up here. For you to email me your channel link, and it'll be easier for me to unblock you that way. I'm gonna put my email addresses up here. So April, how much first question would be, when to your recollection did she start taking money in that, like say for instance, if you was going on a cruise, they would start accepting installments and payments. To your knowledge, or to the best of your recollection, when did she start accepting payments for this FyeCation trip?
December of 2018.
What?
Yeah, December of 20, right? Yeah, December of 2018, because yeah, COVID happened 2019. I mean, I'm sorry, 2020, very beginning. So she started collecting money because it was scheduled for what was it? It was scheduled for July of 2020. And yeah, she started collecting money for it. I want to say like a year. Was it like, or was it 19?
Why in the hell somebody take that long for
Right.
you take that? I mean, where was
Right.
did she ever have
What are we in right now?
this is
Well,
October of 2021.
right. Okay. So let me say, I'm going to say 19 then. I'm going to say 19 because she started taking the money. I really do think it was 18 though. And I'm just, well, no, because I'm saying, and the reason why I'm saying that is because, it was so long. It's been so long. Like she just now started offering refunds this year. Like it was earlier this year. So basically all of 2020 went by, and that's when she was supposed to have been having it. But I'll say 19. I'll say 19, maybe just because I might just have be a year off, but maybe it was.
Did she
I remember
ever
it was
have?
December. It was December the year
Okay, they're
prior.
saying 2019.
Okay.
Somebody they're saying December of 2019.
Okay,
Or they saying
19. Okay.
2019.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
what was the price that she was asking for it?
$200.
Okay, $200 from each person.
Yes.
And so for $200, where were they supposed? Was there ever a definitive, like, okay, this, like when you go on different cruises and stuff like that, they give you an itinerary of where you're supposed to go. Did you all ever get that?
We did actually. Actually, I probably still got it in my email because I don't delete nothing really. So I could probably even email it to you, if you want it. But yeah, there was an itinerary. It was supposed to be, so it was over the course of a weekend. I want to say Friday through Sunday, and so basically what it was, there was supposed to have been like some type of cruise or like boat ride. There was it was the weekend of Taste of Chicago. So it was going to be happening the weekend of Taste of Chicago was going on. So it was supposed to include tickets for Taste of Chicago, a boat ride, an all white party that was happening somewhere, and a dinner. Like we would all, everybody that was there was all going to go out to dinner, like a formal dinner together. That was pretty much all it was. And the $200 was supposed to cover all the events that we were going to over the course of the weekend. And then, but your transportation there, around, spending money, your stay, that's all on you. But the $200 goes to her to cover whatever the payment is for those events.
So she didn't have, did she, okay, so was there like a group pay, like for a hotel? Did she have like a group discount at a particular hotel, like to say, okay, well, if you stay here, you get the group discount?
Yes. Yep. So there was it ended up being two different hotels, but so the initial hotel, there were two different ones. So basically it was like you could choose which one you wanted to stay at. And yes, there was supposed to be a discount, like, you know, you call and make your reservations and you let them know that you're there for the FyeCation and you were going to get a discounted price.
Did any of you ever attempt to actually call to try to make reservations at the hotel to find out whether or not it wasn't just that she actually had put the group discount in place? Or do you recall?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were people
my
that
bro,
did actually reserve.
yeah. My bro was asking which what was the name of the hotels, so we can do that.
See, I would have to I can go, like I can get and go on my email, but I don't know. I just know that it was a hotel downtown Chicago. One of them had a kitchen. So one of the okay, so one of them was DoubleTree, because I want to say one of them was DoubleTree, and then I don't know what the other one was, but I do know that like one offered like more of a suite type room with the kitchen, and then one was like offered more just regular rooms or whatever. So she was trying to do like a price range for whichever one you wanted to choose.
Here's the
So one of them
interesting
was
thing
DoubleTree.
the interesting thing to me is that the goddamn amount that you would have paid for a night in the goddamn DoubleTree in downtown Chicago, you might that costs more than the trip itself. So,
right. Oh yeah.
I mean,
The room.
but I'm gonna search.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I said I'm gonna do the research, but the damn room, a room at the DoubleTree. I don't know about Chicago, but a room at the DoubleTree here in downtown Philadelphia, that would have cost more than the trip itself. So you got that, and you got the flights. Did she have like a combination of the flight, you know, like a package? Was it like a package, or y'all was just, but basically y'all was pretty much on your own as to how y'all got there, this, that, and all the other. And she told y'all that she had a group discount for a hotel, but you all, do you recall anybody actually saying, well, I called to reserve my room for this
okay,
event?
So
or was there never no date?
Well, she did do, okay, so she did a live stream where she actually went down, she was at the hotel and she was talking to supposedly the hotel manager, and basically she was like she did a tour of a room and stuff like that or whatever, so people could kind of get an idea of what they were going to be getting. So she did that, and so the guy, he seemed like he was in agreement with, you know, the discount being in place. Now, I will say that I did price the room. I didn't call myself, but I just priced it per what she gave the prices, but I didn't get as far as making my reservation because we fell out. So I didn't get that far, but just by the prices that she gave, the room itself was going to be about $600 for that weekend. So I do remember that it was like it was in the high 500, you know, it was like 590, whatever. And then, you know, hotel tax is high. So it would have been like in the $600 range for the weekend for the room. So that was just the room that I was choosing, and I was choosing like a suite because people wanted me to do makeup. So I just wanted like a little bit of space, you know, just so if people were going to come in there or whatever, I would have somewhere for them to sit and stuff. But $600 for the weekend. and that's just for the room. And then I live in Ohio. I live in Toledo, Ohio, so I'm like in driving distance. It's just 3 hours away. So I was planning on driving, but again, that was going to be on me as far as transportation. So other people were going to be flying in, but there are people who did actually reserve their room, like pay for it, reserved it, and everything. And there are, paid or reserved plane tickets and stuff like that. Like and we're actually really just waiting for it to be rescheduled and everything. So I don't know how that worked out for them. As far as plane and everything, I think it might have been okay just because I was trying to give her information because of COVID, like use that to your advantage as far as, this is why you're not going to be able to go. So maybe you can get refunds that way. So it may have worked out for everyone, but I can't really say that for sure. I'm just saying that people did have tickets paid for, room reserved, and down payments made and things like that. That was done by a lot of people.
Did she tell you, did she inform you all? If say for instance, if I said, okay, well, I'm going to sponsor April, did she tell the page, did she tell her her subscribers whether or not, or the people that were going on the trip, did she tell them that they had been sponsored so that they wouldn't have, or did she just double dip as far as the payments was concerned?
Well, let's talk about that because, okay, I was one of the people that was going to be sponsored, right? For the registration fee part, right? So basically she did a live one day and she was just like, some people reached out to me as far as sponsoring some other people. And so like a couple people called in, and like the first call was like about me or whatever. Like, I just want to, make sure that April is there or whatever. So this is the thing. She did tell the people that were sponsored, like Jay Wilson was one that was sponsored, one of his old moderators. There was a few people, but let me tell you, every single person that was supposed to have been sponsored, like that she let the public know that was being sponsored, she like purposely fell out with them, purposely disinvited them to the FyeCation. And so, and then it's like I said, like as far as like money goes with her, like anytime she receives money for something, like it's not easy to get it back from her. So some people just said, and I will say some people just said, you can give it to somebody else that might want to go or whatever. And, they would just go along with, you got it now. So basically just do with it or just put it towards something or whatever. But now let me just tell you, she personally told me that 3 people sponsored me. So does that mean that 3 different people paid the whole registration fee? Does that mean that, I don't know what that meant. I just knew that she just said 3 different people sponsored me. But as far as like what happened with that or whatever, I don't know. As far as her giving anything back or just transferring it to somebody else who was supposed to go, but I never knew what happened with that.
Well, if 3 people sponsored you, that would have been about $600. So where did she ever give you that money back? So what happens to the money if she didn't give it to you? Do you know if she refunded the money to the people? Say for instance, even just because you fall out with a person, if you fall out with a person, does the money that you sponsored go to somebody else, or do you refund the money back to the person that was the sponsor to say, hey, listen, I sponsored Jay Dunn, I sponsored Tracy, they're no longer going on the event, here's your money back, or would you like to sponsor someone else? Like, how does that work? Do you recollect that she ever did that? Did
well,
the people
now
the money ever get the money back?
One person specifically, I know for sure, like she sponsored a bunch of people. Like she was bringing people with her, and then she paid for a couple of other people to be there. So that one person specifically spent a lot of money as far as that goes, and she didn't want the money back. She said, like during a live stream, she's just good. She just doesn't want it back. She's a good, not a good supporter, but she's just a supporter of hers. So she just didn't want the money back. So I can say that and this is again almost about a year later when she finally started offering refunds. So it's like The money has been spent, gone. It's a year later. The girl was like, I'm good. I don't want it back. Just keep it. So I do know that happened for sure. I don't know. I don't know what she did with them. I doubt that she just offered the refund money back or anything. I'm pretty sure just by conversations that, when people would be asking questions and things like that, she's basically like, they just let her keep the money. They don't want it back.
I was about to say, it's. I would assume it goes back to the sponsor.
It should go back.
But the question is, did she give it back to the sponsor?
Yeah, no, I mean okay, now let me just speak for me specifically, right? Because FyeBabe has a way that she falls out with people. So she will, you'll see it coming if you know her pattern.
Well, tell us about her pattern, because all of us over here in the Black sector, again, we may know of her, but a lot of us haven't been following her the entire time. Like the FyeCation, we may have heard of it, but not know the details of it. Give us some insight from your perspective of what her pattern is, as far as to how she falls out with people.
Well, because she did it with when she flipped on you. So basically what she does is, you'll be cordial, you'll support, how you support each other, and things will be cool. And then what she does is she will like lightly speak on something that she'll say it like either she notices something, or she'll say she's tracking, or she'll just bring up something that could be bothersome, that she sees as off, or she'll blame it on like somebody brought something to her attention. But she'll say, no, but we're cool, it doesn't bother me, or we're good, and that's nothing. She'll just blow it off, but she will speak on it. Okay. And then what she will do is she'll kind of ease into, I don't know, because she doesn't take long, because she acts in emotion. So she really doesn't take long, but she'll basically come back on and she'll speak on something, and she'll disagree with you, or kind of like go against you, but in the name of just reporting the news, or she's just talking about what's happening, like she don't got no problem with nobody, but so she don't have a problem with you, but she's going to talk about something that you did or said, or somewhere you were that she doesn't agree with, or something like that. So she just kind of eases into, she'll use something that you did or said, or somebody that you may be cordial with that she doesn't like, and she'll use that as a reason to start to pick at you, kind of like. And then you may notice it, you may speak on it too, because now when you're live, now somebody's going to come to your chat and say, are y'all good, or did you see what Fye said, or something like that, or whatever. And then you'll be like, what? No, we're good, whatever. And no, she can disagree, or she can speak on what she wants or whatever. And then it'll just kind of be like this little tedious back and forth thing, and then she'll just go in. So she'll just directly go in, speak against you for whatever reason, something that she just disagrees with, period, that you did or said, or whatever. And then she'll come back and say, I really like this person, and she'll either apologize, or she'll just make it seem like it's okay, but she just doesn't agree, or whatever, or she's just watching, or whatever. And then she'll just totally flip, because she can't hold it in. So, like kind of like she did it with you, in the sense of she kind of like was speaking on little things that were going on or whatever. And then she came over to your channel, and she apologized to you and everything, because she kind of just, flew off the handle too early, is what she did. And you didn't, she came over here, apologized to you, and then she went right back over to her channel and threw shade, and like basically talked stuff, and totally just talked against you, but without saying your name. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. It's hard to describe.
No, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I caught the shade as well. Here's the whole thing. Somebody's in the chat. Okay, so the other thing I want to touch on is this so-called weight challenge. Now, the other thing, okay, and here's the whole thing. For the BabeNation supporters that may be in, whether you under troll accounts or whether you under your actual account. The fact of the matter is, out of 117 people. Okay, we're not going to play games with semantics. No, I'm talking to them to them in the chat that are coming to the chat with the mind game. We're not going to play games with semantics. Out of 117 people, right? How many sponsors did she have? Did each and every sponsor say it's okay to keep the money? Okay, we're not talking about one person that said, no, I'm good, I want the money back, I'm a supporter. We're not playing those type of games. Okay. The question was, out of all the people that were sponsored, if that person did not go on the trip, that should have been a default refund of the money, unless that person specifically said, no, thank you. We're not talking about one person. What about the other sponsors that didn't say it's okay for you to keep my money? Did they get refunds?
There were plenty of people who did not get refunds, who asked for refunds. There is one lady specifically, her name is Silky Black on YouTube, okay? Beautiful lady, business owner, supportive. You know, if she's with you, she's with you. She's not going to go for anything, but she's supportive. So here's a woman that she was not going to FyeCation, but she just wanted to support FyeBabe, and she just wanted to allow someone else to be able to come that probably couldn't afford it. So a lot of the people who sponsored, you know, some people named people specifically that they wanted to be there, and then some people said, here, Fye, you know your supporters that may be able to, you know, maybe can't afford to come, but would love to meet you and love to be here. So I can't come, so let me pay for them, you know, pay for a person or whatever. So that's how that went. Silky Black, during COVID, she lost her business. Her business is one who did go down, who did suffer, you know, and she asked for her money back. She reached out. She wasn't disrespectful. She kept it behind the scenes. She didn't come out here in public and blast her or nothing like that until way later on. Like, she had been asking for her money for months and just getting dogged, pretty much, you know, ignored and things like that. Now, when you are sending her something, she can tell you right now, thank you for your Cash App, but why can't you answer a Cash App request right now? You know, and you got to understand, if you go and put an order in through a company, you go and order something online and they don't send you your pair of jeans. They say it's going to be there by a certain amount of time. You don't get your pair of jeans. You want your money back. It's just as simple as that. Like, you are supposed to get a refund or whatever that policy is. She wants to say that she had a no refund policy. Ma'am, that is if the event went on and I chose not to come. If I paid you for something and for whatever reason I didn't show up and I know you said no refunds, then yes, that stands. But you didn't have the event. Okay, I allowed you to keep my money until you rescheduled it. I allowed you to take time to figure out what you were going to do, all of that. And you went and started a whole business in our face. You know, you got loans and loan after loan, and you just, you know, traveled, and you're here, you're there, you're everywhere, you're doing your shit, good for you. But all while you're still holding on to these people's money. So the right thing would have been, as soon as you made the announcement that you were going to have to totally cancel FyeCation, refunds should have went out, period, no questions asked, okay? But even if you weren't going to do it right then like that, like, you're living your whole life in front of everybody, you want to call everybody broke, tell everybody how they're mad, they're jealous, they're this, they're that, all while you are living off of these people's money. Starting businesses, living your life, doing your thing, all in the faces of people whose businesses went down, who tried to support you when they were up. And that's the whole point. They supported you when you were down. You didn't always have that business. You actually didn't have it before COVID started. But you did fill out a Schedule C saying you made money in 2019 to get those COVID loans. So, you know, people supported you when you were down, when you didn't have any business, when you didn't have any money, when you didn't have any hair or wigs or nails, and was over there looking busted and disgusted and skin bad and everything else. These are the people who brought you up, and now you're spitting in their face, all in the name of, you know, whatever attention you feel like you're getting and the money that you're getting supported with. And it's okay for those who support her financially. That's their business. They make their money, you spend it where you want to. But for the people who did ask specifically, they should have gotten refunded right away. That's just how I feel.
Do you know like the names of some of the people? Like, are they other YouTubers? Some of the people that specifically asked for, like the people that specifically asked for the money that didn't get it?
The only one that I know specifically, her name is, I just know Silky Black. I don't remember the woman's name, and I'm sorry that I don't remember her name because it was a while back. But the one who did, there was a lady who she also was asking for a refund and getting the runaround, and she shared her story. But I haven't even seen, I don't even think she's around anymore. But she actually filed, you know, filed a complaint and everything. And that's how she ended up getting her money. So she filed a complaint.
Jay Dunn, who was up here rewriting history? Are you talking about FyeBabe? Hit the link, Jay Dunn. Who are you talking about up here rewriting history? Listen, I wanted to interview you about that whole what was it, Orlando or Atlanta? I just ain't got around to it. After I seen that video of this lying hoe claiming that you was walking all through the house, I said, "Oh, you know what? There's some other things that I'm not aware of." Thank you, Saul Aries. Yeah, so she was saying, so okay, so
yeah, I can't remember the names, but
that's right, that's right, that's fine. But it's the principle that, you know, out of 117 people, now the trip was supposed to take place in December of 2020. So when did she reschedule it?
July.
Like for January?
July. So July 2020, it was supposed to happen. She didn't reschedule it. She didn't actually say that she wasn't going to be doing it. I want to say until May, till the it was either May or June. And I just remember May because I remember she had a deadline for when because basically what she did is she split the payment in half. So, and that's where where she's kind of playing the semantics of how much she collected and everything, because she did take a down payment of $100. So, and that was, you know, basically to hold your spot, and then you would have time to pay the other part. So she pushed it back until May. So anybody who did not have the last payment in, you know, they had to have it in by May. So I remember her making that announcement. And then soon after is when she canceled it. So she waited up until, you know, pretty much the last minute.
How was she rewriting history, Jay Dunn?
Who, me? I'm rewriting history?
Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn is down in the chat saying that you up here rewriting history. How was she rewriting history, Jay Dunn?
Come up here and say it, because how am I rewriting it? Other than saying it was,
you got people. You the only one in the chat that's saying that she rewriting history, Jay Dunn. Everybody else is agreeing.
She don't like me.
Everybody else, don't be in it. Are you down here lying, Jay Dunn?
Tell her to come up here, and she doesn't want to come up and just talk. Jay Dunn just like to be seen. That's all. Like, girl,
I don't care. She can come and talk. She been hitting the link. She can come up here and talk. I just want to know. I just want to make sure, because everybody in the chat is saying that April is speaking facts. And here comes Jay Dunn.
I'm saying something wrong. Like, I don't remember the names. Do she? Since I'm rewriting history, like, do she remember names that I don't remember? Like, what am I saying that's wrong? Tell her to come up here.
Hey, Jay Dunn.
Hey,
now what you talking about down in the chat, lady?
Because when April and FyeBabe fell out, the lady who sponsored April requested the money back. April turned around and came up here trying to request the refund. And
no, I did not. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, Jay Dunn. I'm gonna let you finish. Stop right there. I did not request the refund. What I said was, here's the thing. When me and FyeBabe were falling out, There's people always coming to my chat. Did you see what she said? Did you see this and that and third? So what I said is
hold
that
on
I
one
was
second,
not.
lady.
Okay.
Hold on for 1 second. Let me ask when Shan, did you want to add something to the did you want to add something to the conversation?
No, I just wanted to ask you could you tell the mods to drop your email in the chat?
Sure. Okay. I'll do that. No
I
problem.
tried to write it in the back chat, you know.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
So basically, like I said, as far as the sponsors getting their money back, what I said is that I wasn't going to back out of the trip because I didn't want the person who sponsored me to not get their money back. So I waited so I just let the fallout happen so that FyeBabe could disinvite me so it would be on her. I didn't want the person, whoever paid anything for me, I didn't want me backing out of the trip to be a reason for them to not get their refund, because I didn't know that I didn't know all this was gonna happen with money and no refunds and all that stuff. Like, I didn't know. So I wasn't gonna, if somebody pays something for me and I say, no, I'm not going, but they already paid their money. And then she says, well, you know, that's not my fault. She's not coming or whatever and not giving their money back. I just didn't want that to happen. So that's what I said. Why would I want money for something that was paid for somewhere where I'm not going to be? That money wasn't never supposed to go to me. It was supposed to go to her for me to be somewhere. If I'm not going to be there, why would I want the money? So you can go ahead, Jay Dunn, though.
Well, I distinctly remember people giving commentary about the fact that you were requesting $200 back.
Yes, because FyeBabe gave commentary on that. FyeBabe did say that I was wanting the money back. She's always said that I wanted the money back. That I wanted the money. Yeah, but I didn't.
Okay, so Cookie, that was the only thing that I was saying, because I remember. And that's why I'm like, if it's supposed to be a refund, then the refund should go to the sponsor, not to the person who was sponsored. That's all I was saying up in the chat.
Right. That's true. I agree. Yeah, no, I didn't. The money, I was never supposed to touch the money. It was there for me, just for me to be able to attend the events that was going to be at FyeCation. That was it. So no, I didn't want the money. I just didn't want the person that paid for me to lose out on their money because I wasn't going, because the fallout was going on. And basically, like I told you how, you know, she does these little tedious things and back and forth. So I seen what was going on, and so I, you know, people would, are you going? And it was all types of stuff, Cookie, like people was calling in. We were talking about it earlier. Like people were calling into QBs. First, it was, I was going to go there and get jumped. So people were saying, when I come, they whooping my ass and they jumping on me. Then they were trying to say that a TSCC member was my cousin. Then they were saying that somebody called in the QBs and said that I sent an email talking bad about FyeBabe, but I sent it to them by mistake. And I'm like, well, send an email. Show them what email I sent you. But they were just like really trying to
consider. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, honey. No,
I'm saying,
that was
did you ever consider, and this is just based on just my analysis of this chick, did you ever consider, because it's not a doubt in my mind that she's the one that's writing that shit on that list, did you ever think that it might be her that either had somebody call in, or that it could be her? Sometimes when it comes to manipulative bitches like that, they can plant those type of seeds or have or put people up to doing that type of shit, because they like to play in people's faces while at the same time that they're using them. They're playing in their faces, but on a public front, it's like they cool with the person, but really they on some bullshit. And she put you in the mind of that type of bitch that wants to play in your face, but do a bunch of passive aggressive shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I was like, because she do that. She plays behind the scenes a lot. She sets stuff up. She's all behind the scenes. Like, you know, like her people will come on, like she don't even come on that much, or she only on for an hour and get all this hate. Listen, that woman is on here all day. Y'all just don't see her. I don't care when she hit the live button. She is on here. That's what she does all day. You know, so yeah, I definitely feel like she was setting that stuff up or whatever, because she was upset. Because the thing is, like, she feels like once you are a supporter of hers, like, I mean, like, you have your own channel. So like, just because I support you, that means like anything I have going on my own channel just don't exist. I'm supposed to move and, you know, just associate with you in mind every time. Like, And that's what it was. Like, she wants you to just be so loyal to her. And it's like, lady, I never met you before in my life. Like, I come in your chat, I like you, I support you. Like, I come in your chat and, you know, whatever. But I mean, we're not friends. I don't know you. I don't talk to you. I ain't never seen you. So, but she feels like you're supposed to be so loyal to her. Like, whatever her beefs are, you ain't supposed to associate with people that she don't like and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we fell out. Cause, like, girl, I'm not doing that. I'm not no
So this her
following
not
people.
wanting people to be, so her having this attitude. Hey, Pizarro. So her having this attitude of well, you know, I don't care where you and BabeNation go, which I knew, you know, I knew was a bunch of bullshit.
Absolutely.
That was just pretty much a front.
Very much so. Especially if she sees they start giving you money.
Okay.
If she sees that they start giving you any type of financial support, especially, and see, like, okay, so, you know, and that's an example right there. Like, you know, when she recently told BabeNation, you know, basically, like, you know, they don't like me, so I don't even know why you dropped down over there trying to defend me. Just don't even, you shouldn't even be over there, basically. But she's not going to tell you don't go, or, you know, but she's telling you in a sense, and that's just what she does. And so then they can still come and say, she don't tell us where to go. Oh, but she's letting you know she sees you, and she's telling, you know, basically she's calling you out. She just did it again when she said, she was like, well, I just came on here to show my face because y'all act like y'all worried. Like, I'm worried about BabeNation, who's asking me questions like, you know, am I going to be okay, or did I do something wrong? Like, I'm wondering if y'all okay. Like, I'm good. Are y'all okay? Like, how y'all just gonna let her check y'all like that? Y'all grown as hell. And you pay this lady's lifestyle. Like, she don't have to do nothing because of the way that y'all support her. So you're gonna let her talk to you like that? That's crazy. You know, but you're not allowed to ask her nothing. Don't ask her nothing. Don't question her about nothing. And if you do, then she'll say it eventually.
So she's saying, yeah, listen, I don't believe that she's on vacation.
No.
I believe she realized that at the end of, that at the end of the day, it was getting ready to come out about the loans. I think once Leak You dropped dropped those receipts about the loan. I saw nothing that she talked about from what I've seen, because I didn't watch it in its entirety, nor do I care to. I've seen enough of it. I've just peeking in on her community tab and getting the gist of how she operates and the deflection type of game that she plays. What the fuck does her putting out emails? Okay, so even if she did dox Tasha K and pass the information around in the beef sector, bitch, why are you just bringing it to her attention? You know, Tasha K is a mom. You know, she's a popular YouTuber. Okay, she's at the almost like at the top of the game on YouTube. Why would you think that would be information that you should hold on to? Therefore, you're not doing, you don't have pure motives. Your motive is to sort of tarnish the person that would be a big deflection. Because if you can point out that Tasha K got doxxed by Leak You, then all of the attention is going to be on that, as opposed to the fact that you're being called out for the fact that you have 70 grand in PPP loans for a business that you started after you actually took the loan for the money out. So,
and that's exactly it right there.
That's pretty much it. You know,
that's it. And that's what she'll do. She will try to draw some type of deflection to get it off, you know, to get it off of her, especially for BabeNation. She doesn't want BabeNation to, you know, question anything like that she's fraudulent, because, you know, that's who supports her. So whatever she can do to get it off her. And that's the thing. See, Rick Reed, I don't know if you're familiar, that he originally, months ago, is who came out and let it be known that she got the PPP loan months ago. And how that happened was because she tried to dox Rick, but doxed the wrong person, and basically came out saying, you know, Rick Reed got these PPP loans, blah, 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 whatever. and it was the wrong Rick Reed. So now he's looking into it because he actually does have his own business. So he's like, well, shit, I do
Contractor.
got my own business.
Mhm.
And so he actually did end up applying after that and got his loan as that's what it was for. So, but that started. So now he comes back at her and says, well, hold on, you got this. But see, the thing about it is, and see, this is what I said where she messed up. Now, this is a woman who says that she has a degree in finance management, right? So this is a person that's supposed to have, this background in finances, yet you didn't know that you have a YouTube channel. By that, you're self-employed or independent contractor. So you could have just filed for the loans and got them under your own name. You didn't have to do any of that fraud stuff. You really, within your right, could have gotten it. You wouldn't have gotten as much, but you still could have gotten some assistance. But instead, you've been frauding for over a year. You go and you frauded the whole FyeCation. You collected all those thousands of dollars and then even more for your birthday, all the way to the point where now you're trying to start this business. COVID happens and loans are available. And now you fraud and do that and then start the business. After all of that, you finally start the business that never existed in the first damn place. But you have taken all of these thousands of dollars from your supporters, from the government, using your daughter, all of that. All it is to start this business that now it's supposed to be a sale going on or whatever. It's
And
just
the thing
ridiculous.
about it is, her daughter is a minor. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand, how is she conducting financial transactions unless it's being put in a trust? How is she conducting financial transactions? First of all, and this is why I say she's dumb, because it's not. I don't believe anybody in finances would do that. Or
No.
with a degree in finances would do that, because that's almost a red flag for it.
Yes.
That you're putting money in a child's name or a minor's name, and it's not going into some type of trust or some type of CD or something to that effect. That's a red
I don't
flag for the
believe it.
fact that you're using that you're laundering money that way.
Yes. Yes. And the thing is, the paperwork that you had to turn in for those loans, like you said, the business didn't even exist. It was not pre-COVID. You didn't suffer any loss to your business because of COVID, because you didn't have the business. But not only that, you had to turn in tax documents from 2019. So you really didn't have no business in 2019, ma'am. You just didn't. So here's the thing, what people aren't talking about is, the loan is obviously fraudulent. Criminal charges is because the business never existed in the first place. People keep saying about her paying back the loan. The loan is the least of her worries. So if you have to report that you made $100,000 in 2019 to get this couple $1,000s, the IRS legally allows you 3 years to file your taxes. So regardless if anybody would report anything or not, next year she was gonna be fucked, because that's the third year that when are you gonna pay the taxes on this money that you said you made in 2019 for this business? So you got to pay 20% of that $100,000 to the IRS. And now, since it's been 3 years, there's penalties, there's late fees, there's the assessment fee for them having to file your taxes for you, and all of that. So, and then, so it's like that too. It's like the IRS, the FBI, she's laughing because she's talking about people have the wrong agencies, but girl, you're going to be locked up in all of them. You're hooked in all of them. You frauded all of them. All of those are federal agencies.
Right. So it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if people don't have the right agencies, your macro majesty. It doesn't matter if they don't have, if the YouTubers don't have the right agencies, or if the people that report you don't have the right agencies. Don't worry, bitch. The feds are going to tie it all together.
I'm trying to tell you. Yes.
You think they
And
something
that
to fuck around with,
FyeCation
you're going to find out that they not.
I'm telling you. So, I mean, like, it's like you hope it was worth it. And then not only that, for all those people to be involved, like, that's just, it's just a hot ass mess. And it's just like, for you to be so smart and just on here, just always laughing and giggling, like, life ain't a game really, for real. You know, it's just really not. It ain't always. I don't know. I'm just kind of like I'm just gonna watch and I'm just gonna laugh because she laughed. She always want to talk about me having a felony, girl.
That's why I said, you know what, April, she think it's funny. She
Yeah.
always makes fun of she thinks it's funny.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's almost one of her I've always told people, don't
Mhm.
ever assume just because people don't have a criminal history that they're not crooks.
Thank you. Thank
Because
you.
not only do you have white collar criminals that get
Mhm.
away with criminality far longer, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
than people who are, just when I talk about drug dealing is not the only criminal. The drug dealing is not the only criminal offense. What
No.
what do you think the majority of the federal prison is made up of? White collar
White,
criminals.
white
So
collar.
you have a
Mhm.
lot of people that are criminals and
Mhm.
crooks. They just haven't been caught. But they
Mhm.
think because they're not dealing drugs or because they haven't committed a robbery or some sort of they've committed that's what she did is
Mhm.
felonious. That's the fact. That's the fact of the matter. So she's no
Mhm.
less, she's a criminal that
Mhm.
hasn't gotten caught yet. That's all
Yep.
she is.
There you go. There you
Right,
go.
Martha Stewart.
Mhm.
And Martha Stewart went to prison. Listen, like some
Hey,
more said, they locking up white cookbook bitches. You think you at
listen,
listen. And
listen.
all Martha did was get the hookup. But somebody say, listen, it's some shit that's about to go down. Move your bread. That's all she did, and she ended up in the feds for 6 months.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
That's but yeah. Yep. I'm
So
listen.
how did you, when it came to like, what led you to like, when did you get to the point to where you said, okay, this is something is not whatever it is going on with this chick, like, okay, like at some point I'm imagining, or I just assume that you're even though I shouldn't assume,
Mhm.
you were a fan of hers at some point, or you took a liking to her and to Babe Nation or whatever, at what point, what was it that she did, what were the
Mhm.
type of things behaviors you started seeing her demonstrate that let you know this chick is not on the up and up. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna fall back from her.
Well, okay, so I had a situation, me and Reed had a situation going on. And it was just whatever, some little petty bullshit, but it was our situation nonetheless. So um at the time, VS was doing a panel that she was over there doing, where it was her and some other people and whatever, and they talked about what was going on, in the sector. So shit, I clicked on, she was live, I'm in the thing, and she was asking for Reed to come up. And so I went and clicked the link because I wanted to be up there when Reed was up there. So Reed never came. But while I was up there, they asked me some questions or whatever, and I got down. It was cool. I got down. Oh, and then was James up there the first time? I don't think so. No, no, no. Duchess Kelly Love was up there. Okay, so anyway, so they asked me some questions, and the one of the last questions was about FyeCation, because VS said, like, do you think you still gonna be going to FyeCation after you came over here? Because VS is the person that, like I said before, like Babe had went and got paperwork on, got a restraining order on or whatever. So, they didn't get along. So, I said, I don't even know. I think I just said I'm not going to talk about FyeCation. I ain't up here to talk about, her or whatever. I'm just up here for me. So that was it. I got down. It was that. Now the next night, um, I clicked on, and it was so weird because as soon as I clicked in the room, VS was like, well, April, if you in here, come up here, because, she came up here last time. Maybe she gonna come up here again. So I clicked and I went up there, and they had asked me some questions or whatever. So Babe had called first. She texted me, and she called me, and this was the first, after the first time. Okay, so the first time before that I went up there, she called, she texted, I missed them, and then I ended up responding back, and then we talked on the phone, and she was just like, well, I was just calling to make sure we good. And I was like, yeah, we good and everything or whatever. And I was like, and so she was like, well, you know how people can be and everything. So I just wanted to let you know, they might be saying stuff in the chat, but it's okay, as long as I know we good. And I said, yeah, we cool. I said, me and Reed had our thing going on or whatever. So, I went over there to address her, but we good, And so that was it. So now I did go over there again, like I said, that night. And then the next time I was in her chat, like, so people are in there throwing shade. They mad because I was over there on VS's panel and she was doing call-ins. So she she does a live and she's supposed to be interviewing Reed was supposed to been they said that Reed was sending receipts to VS behind the scenes. So now she's trying to interview Reed about what her sending VS receipts and basically justifying this. Now let me tell you something. Like anything that has to do with a VS, she ain't justifying nothing. Now she had drug Reed before when it first came out that Reed was sending VS receipts, all types of shit. Drug her, like Reed can tell you, like they was going back and forth, all types of shit, whatever. Now you want to interview her because about her sending receipts and giving reasons why she was doing it and giving her a chance to justify herself. That was nothing but shade towards me because I had just told her the day before that it was me and her thing, like me and her had a thing going on. So now you want to buddy with her, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. See, the thing about me is like I don't care who nobody associates with on YouTube because it's YouTube and we all grown. Like I truly stand by that and believe in that. I don't just say that just for show. So, but I also know FyeBabe's behavior and I know the shade. So it's cool. So I'm in the chat. They're, everybody's just throwing shade at me about me being over on VS's. So I called in. And she was like real dry on the phone. Now, like right now, like I'm not looking at the chat. I don't know when I'm up on the panel or on the phone, like I just try to engage with the person that I'm up here speaking to. I don't want to like get distracted by the chat and stuff. So same thing with back then. So I'm just on the phone, not paying attention to the chat or nothing. But the whole time, like my moderators and everything was getting blocked in the chat. And anybody who was like just in support of me was getting blocked in the chat. And she was just real dry on the phone. So the same thing she said to me behind the scenes, are we good? I said to her in public, like I said, well, I'm just coming up here to say, make sure that we good. Because it seems like there's a little, something going on or whatever. And she said, yeah, but she was just real dry with it. So I was like, okay, I got it. So I go ahead and hang up or whatever. So that it was kind of leading up to that. So it was that situation, like about her getting upset that, I was just maneuvering how I do about my own stuff on my own channel. And I wasn't just making moves in the name of her. So then at this same time, her and James was into it. Philip Boy TV. This is like at the beginning of their beef. And she told her and James was into it and she made a video and she told James to suck her daughter's dick. Her exact quote, suck my daughter's dick, bitch. Okay, that's what she said. So, okay, fine.
So the man that they're calling that they label creepy. She's telling a minor child for her to basically, this is what she's saying, but she's calling him the creep.
That is exactly right. Thank you. Okay. So she said that and her saying whatever else she was saying to James. Now she had did a video very early on in her channel. She did a video and it was Mother's Day weekend. And she told a story about a cousin of hers touching her, and inappropriately doing something to her daughter. Okay, I'll just say it like that.
So you heard that story because mother mentioned that, and she marked him down and said that was a lie. She dropped the bean footage, so she actually said that.
Not a lie. She actually said that. See, this is the thing too. FyeBabe drinks a lot. She drinks a lot. Okay.
Oh yeah, I know that part.
Yeah, yes. And she was drinking a lot that night. And what I think what it was is that she was talking, she was kind of in the moment, like, whatever. And she just realized what she let out there like the next morning or whatever, because the video was gone. Honestly, I didn't even know she had deleted the video until I did go back to look for it when they beefing and she's saying that it didn't happen. I'm like, I know she said that. So I was going back to go check and the video was gone. But mother said that she, basically she did it. And a lot of people said it was gone the next day. So, and it was so early on, because right now she'll say, somebody would have had that. And no, they wouldn't have, because nobody was paying attention to you like really like that. And so, no, they wouldn't have screen recorded it or copied it or anything. Nobody, you didn't have no hate like that, or whatever. She was still cool, like, whatever. So no, nobody wouldn't have that receipt. So anyway, but it did happen. It definitely happened. And there's hundreds of people who have said like she did, I remember, but she just would never admit to it. So she said that. So when James, and him responding to her, basically she was calling him a pedo, saying that, his kids ain't in his home because of him doing stuff to his kids and they was taking and all of this stuff. He was just like, you're calling me this, blaming this on me and all of this stuff. And something actually did happen to your daughter, like somebody was playing in your daughter's whatever. And the way that he said it, everybody just fell out like, oh my God, like it was the end of the world at how he said what he said. So basically I was live and there was, we were kind of like, people, it was just got down to the point where people are just like, April, are you going to FyeCation? It was just every time I went live, that's all that they wanted to bring up. And I'm like, listen, like when it comes, it comes. Like at this time, it was like January, I think it was like January or February, beginning of the year. And it wasn't happening until July. I said, whatever happens, I said, shit happens different on here every day. You never know who's going to be cool day by day on here. So when it comes, if it's meant, I'll be there. If not, I'm not, but I don't want to talk about it. So then somebody brought up what James said in the chat. Well, because people had a problem that I was still supporting James. And I'm like, listen, like that's their beef or whatever. I like James, and so they said, well, how can you support somebody who said this? So I was just like, listen. And when I made the statement, I knew it was going to go down. I was just saying, listen, I said, I said, how is what he said? So he said this, she said that. How is it any different? He said somebody was playing in your daughter's ass. You said you told him to suck your daughter's dick. How is that any different? It's the same shit. Why? Because it's your daughter. You can say that about her. Like, no, like it's just as messed up. Like to me, it's the exact same statement. And that's all I said. And I said, if y'all can't be real with yourself and admit that is an equally messed up statement to say, to describe something happening to a child or doing something to a child, then I don't want to talk about it no more. He said what he said, she said what she said, and that's them, So as soon as I did that, I said, I'm getting off. I'm off. So I got off, and then as soon as after that happened, boom, she went live, and she like called herself dragging me and disinvited me to FyeCation and all of that. But she was waiting on doing it anyway. So, and really, I was just like, let me just go ahead because.
And you got back your money. You got back the funds that you put.
No, because I was one of the people that was sponsored. So,
okay, so
I
you
didn't
sponsor. Okay.
Right. So that's why
okay.
Yeah.
Did she ever disclose the sponsor? Who it was that sponsored you?
Well, I know two of the people. She told me on the phone it was 3 people, so I never knew who the third person was. But I knew 2 of the people. So I know one person. I know for a fact the one person just paid like the down payment. She only paid the $100 just to hold my spot.
Okay.
And then the other person, I don't know if she paid the whole thing or if she just paid the half, and I don't know what the other person did either. So I really didn't.
It really wasn't no transparency around. Okay,
No.
It wasn't any transparency. Sometimes sponsors can choose to remain anonymous, but
Right.
it sounds to me like it wasn't transparency throughout the whole. There wasn't transparency throughout the whole so-called FyeCation thing. There just wasn't transparency.
There definitely wasn't. Like the only reason why I know the 2 sponsors that I do know is because they told me directly. Like she didn't tell me, they told me. So that's the only reason why I do know about the two. And yeah, there really wasn't any transparency. Like she really tries to fake stuff. Like I said, she went to the hotel and showed the room. So it looks good. Like she puts on stuff for a show. But do you really know the exact details? Like, do you like you said, did anybody actually call and verify the price? Like, because we don't know. Like she told us this price, but did we actually call and they say the same price, or was it something less and maybe she's getting some of that too, or what? Like we don't know, but
Well, it hasn't been that long, and the thing is, I used to work at a hotel as a night auditor. You can
Oh.
actually you can all. That's why I said, do you know
Mhm.
the somebody was asking for the name of the hotel.
Mhm.
If at any point in time somebody had said, okay, well, if they had a group discount, those are things that the hotel, the reservations department, the PBX operators would document all of that. If there
Okay.
was, because they would have to know,
Mhm.
when they do things like that, they have to know in advance that
Yep.
if this group of people states that, okay, well, they're there for this particular event, that they are to be
Mhm.
included in that group discount. So that's something
Okay.
that the hotel would have documented if in fact there was a group discount. Because
Okay.
what tends to happen is most people, if they know they're going to have people flying in, they'll get
Mhm.
like a package with hotel and
Mm.
flight
Flight. Mhm.
and flights included. So that's why I was
Mhm.
asking about that.
Yeah, and like I definitely know that she didn't have any there was nothing with the flight, so that was totally on you. As far as, pricing that, booking that and everything, and then any transportation. But the hotel, and then but like I said, I am like, when I do get off, I am gonna go dig in my email and I'm gonna pull out what I got. And if I got the
Yeah, I
hotels
would
too, then
love
I'll
to see that
definitely,
flyer. I
yeah,
would love to
I'll
see
definitely
the flyer to see
I'll
what
definitely
they
send it to you.
offered, what was supposed to be included. And
Hmm.
I know you all said that basically it was just basically just $200 for a meet and greet, pretty much.
Pretty much. And
And
then
everything
like,
else was going to be on the person who actually decided to go.
right. Right.
Mhm.
And then, okay, so let me say this, because like I said, the, she had the hotel like that she had picked out or whatever, and gave, prices and stuff. And then afterwards, later on, she said, basically she changed hotels because she said that manager wasn't there anymore, I guess through COVID or something. Like the same manager wasn't there anymore, so she wasn't going to be able to get that same price. And then she ended up changing the
That wouldn't
hotel
have anything to do with a manager leaving. Wouldn't have anything to do with the price. That would be based on what
because
the
it would already be in
hotel
there.
rate was. Right. That would have nothing to do with the manager.
Well, that's
They
what she
always
said.
have they always have a regional manager.
Hmm.
They have a
Yep.
regional managers, district managers. So if that, for whatever reason, that
Hmm.
manager was not there, it would be somebody else, and that would have nothing to do with the price. That would have
Well,
nothing
yep.
to do with it, or whether or
She
not
def-
it was available. It just wouldn't.
well, I just screenshotted your email. So, but well, that's what she said. She said that manager wasn't there no more. Then she was like, "Yeah, the manager, he's subscribed to the channel. He be in the chat. So if y'all see him, say hi." Like, girl. But yeah, I don't know, because if you made the deal, you made the
Probably was
deal, and
some
the
dude
price will
she
just
was
be on
fucking.
there.
It probably was some dude she was fucking that said, throw me a
Right.
couple of coins and I'll hook y'all up with it. Probably,
That would
listen,
make more sense as to why he left, why she couldn't get the same thing. Cause like that's what I was thinking. Like,
I don't think
like,
she ever intended. It sounded like to me that she might have got she might have got tooted one night and just decided that, yeah, it might have started out sometimes. They start out with best intentions. Okay, well, I would like to get everybody together for a meet and greet, and it sounded like she was just winging it and
well,
just
look,
putting shit together as she went along.
right. Well, listen, let me tell you where she got the idea from. So she got it from what she was competing with Jay Wilson, is what she was doing. Jay Wilson had a meet and
Mm.
greet. Jay Wilson had a meet and greet in San Antonio. It was nice, cute. She went. Okay, her and Tracy D went, and yeah, they a bunch of people from YouTube, a bunch of content creators, some that are subscribers. They met. It wasn't like huge, but she was in competition with him. So as soon as everything that she did, or was setting up, it was to basically just one up him and outdo him is what it was. And so yeah, I mean, initially, like, I was like, you know what, I said, because I was thinking like she probably didn't even like COVID was probably like, a blessing to her, because I don't think she really wanted to do it anyway. But then I'm like, well, maybe she did want to do it. She just wanted to one up him, and COVID happened and she just got ahead of herself. She started spending money or spending out the money or whatever. And then now she's trying to make it back up. She got in over her head, you know, something like that or whatever. So, she always
But you
said that she
can't
had a
do
separate
that. You
account.
can't have a you
No.
can't right. You're supposed to have that. If
Yeah.
you plan a trip, you can't
Yeah.
live off of the trip money
No,
because anything could happen.
you
You can't
can't.
you can't live a person could what if a person decides to cancel? You can't
Right.
plan a trip and take people's money and then spend the
Mhm.
money without
Yeah.
delivering the product, good and service. So
Yep.
that in and of itself is fraudulent.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
certainly if you did that, if a person had paid with their credit card or
Mhm.
with their bank card and you did that, they could file it as you failing to deliver. If you make a
Yeah.
payment through pay, if you use a credit card and you
Mhm.
happen to use, say for instance, if she has set it up to where, and this is another thing that they do strategically, if
Mhm.
you set something up like that through PayPal and you
Mhm.
fail to deliver,
Mhm.
if you report that to PayPal, they will
Mhm.
put a freeze on those funds that are in their account.
Yes.
So always be I think people should always be cautious when there's
And
no
that's like,
security for you if that person
mhm.
reneges. If they had
Thank you.
paid through PayPal and she
Mhm.
didn't deliver, they could have
Mm.
filed a complaint with PayPal and they would have put a
And some
hold
people
on that
did.
money. Mhm.
I think the majority went through Cash App, but some people did go through PayPal. But yeah, I mean, even doing anything like through Cash App, if it's like the only transaction should be done through Cash App is something that you truly just, if you sending somebody some money or whatever, like, but paying for things, buying things should not be done. It just shouldn't. Anything that you don't have in your hand right now or don't plan on ever getting back, just don't do it. But and that's just for anything. But yeah, you're totally right. And yeah, I mean, any reason, but I was just, as far as me theorizing or just thinking of like, how did this happen, but any way that it happened is not right, because the only right way would have been, you collected this money for this reason, it's not going to happen, do the refunds. And if people want you to just keep it, then, because they're, it's all about support. If you decide to do a meet and greet, or you want to sell merch, or you have a product line, or whatever it is that you do to um extend your from your YouTube career and build a business from this, and your supporters want to support that for you, they may just say, hey, I just wanted to support you anyway, so it would have been great to meet you and have a good time, but if we can't do it, fine, then I would just still like you to have it because it was in support of you. But and let them do that. As a business, on the business side, you issue the refund. You can't deliver on what you took the money for, so you just issue it. And it's just as simple as that. And if they want you to have it, they'll send it back. But she didn't want to. She didn't want to send it, and they not send it back. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's not funny, but it's just fucked up because it's been like over a year before she even offered like anything. Like, and then she acts like she just did this great thing. Like, girl, like, people then went on with their lives. Had, like, people whole lives have changed. We went through a whole pandemic, and now you want to, you didn't came up, basically the pandemic was good to you and everybody who supported you and everything and built you up over this time, and now you want to offer something back. So I mean, it's just
It
okay.
gave her the perfect, excuse because now
Yeah.
she had it out. It was the perfect COVID for a scammer was the perfect scapegoat, because then
Yes.
they could blame everything on COVID.
But let me tell you, so when she was when she was rescheduling it, she was like, okay, it was supposed to happen in July. Then she was like, well, what I'm gonna do? She was like, this is what I'm gonna do, BabeNation. We gonna do a birthday party. I'm turning 40. We gonna do a birthday party, and y'all all can come. My thing is $200, right? Bitch, I'm not paying no $200, and I'm not calling you a B, but $200 to get in nobody's club. Like, what am I paying $200 for? So now we just giving you a birthday party. That's what we doing. That's what we're doing, right? Because think about that. Like, I'm gonna keep, like, we're not gonna do the meet and greet. We can't do Taste of Chicago, ain't going on. COVID, so the boat ride ain't going on. The all white party, we gonna do the all white party. She said, I'm gonna bring y'all Taste of Chicago. We gonna have a whole spread, and we gonna do the all white party, and then we gonna go to dinner together. I mean, it was like any way to keep the money, to stop from giving the money back. Like, why is somebody paying $200 to get into your birthday party, girl? Like, who? You not no celebrity. People ain't gonna pay $200 to get into some celebrity's birthday party. Like, so that's what she changed it into, and then that didn't happen either. Then it was, she wanted to do a Airbnb with just a handful of people, and then those handful of people, well, Tracy D and QB specifically are the only two that I know for a fact that she asked for money to put in on the Airbnb, and both of them paid for FyeCation. And these are your friends, so I guess she was just trying them to see, like, if they was just gonna still do it. But I guess neither one of them did it. But still, she still tried it. So that tells you what she thinks of them. So she was trying to do this Airbnb thing or whatever, and then I guess it ended up being like a couple people, they went out to dinner, is what, like, she showed on live or whatever, but she never did the Airbnb thing either. But it's just like, and then after that, like, you still like that. So the birthday glided through, holidays glided through, and finally she starts offering refunds. But yeah, the business thing happened or whatever, and then she's finally offered some refunds, and then didn't have to give a lot of those back because a lot of people just told her to go ahead and keep it or whatever. So, but it was just like, the thing for the birthday party was crazy to me, because it's like, girl, like, who do you think you are that you charging $200 to get into your birthday party? What type of birthday party you about to have? And then she was like, and no, y'all ain't paying for my birthday party. Well, who paying for it then? Because you already got our money, and you saying, like, instead of this, we're gonna do this. So yes, we are. Well, they are. So that's
I don't think she had. I think when it comes to people like that, and somebody had mentioned earlier something about that like the show American Greed. When it comes to individuals like that, keep in mind that they see people, even when they meet new people, they see them as marks, people that they can prey on, and that sense of entitlement. Where I can spend this shit and I ain't got to explain nothing to them. I can just tell. And I hate to say that they foster that type of predatory behavior, but they enable it. They enable it and they co-sign it. And what it does is it emboldens motherfuckers like that to even take on bigger. It's like if you hit a lick, or if you pull off a heist and that heist is successful, what happens? They start taking on bigger assignments. They want to go for the big bag, and that's kind of like the way it starts out when it comes to any type of con person. It emboldens them. And especially if they can bully people into not asking for their money, or intimidate people so that they don't ask too many questions, because and the reason why they embarrass people like that publicly, I saw somebody say in the chat that what she started doing was the people who asked for refunds. I imagine that she would find some type of, they said that she started doxing the people that was asking for refunds. That's another form of her trying to intimidate them, the other people. So for
Yes.
all we know, there were people that said, no, I'm cool on getting my money back because they just seen what you did to the other person.
Right. Yes. Cause somebody reached out to Deanna. I remember, I just don't remember the names because it's just been so long. But I remember Deanna had came on and somebody had reached out to her. And so Deanna spoke in that person's favor. And so then she went live and she was over there like trying to narrow it down to who it could have been, and ended up going through her Cash App and all this stuff, and I guess pinpointing who it was or finding out, and ended up, blasting them, and yeah, looking up their stuff and everything, and yeah, absolutely. And see, that's what I was saying about she will because this is what I was saying earlier when we were talking about this on my live. I was saying that she used to be very subtle. Like, she used to not be so blatant in your face. She was very subtle. She, would ease into stuff, or, at least try to fake, you know what I'm saying? Or, just put some type of masking over it. But like you said, they enable that behavior. And so let me just use this as an example. She loves to call people some type of addict. She loves to put drugs on people, and so she was over there like, yes, we know that she drank, but she acts like she doesn't do anything else, right? So like, now every time somebody would meet her in person and they would fall out, then something new would come out that they've seen her do. First it was smoking cigarettes. So now she admits to smoking cigarettes. So now the chat is like, oh yay, but prior to, she probably talked about people smoking cigarettes. And then it went on to marijuana. So, now that's okay since people know she does that. And then it went, here recently, it's been said that, she was taking Percocet. So, but she loved to talk about Rita and anybody else and putting pills on people. She even called me a pillhead and all of this stuff. So she loves putting drugs on people, but it always comes out that she engages in certain activities. And, I don't care what anybody does, but I'm just saying she will drag you to the ground about something that she doesn't know if you do it or not. And then it comes out in reality that she really does. And then her chat, her support system, which was dragging that same stuff with her, now that she does it, now it's okay. And now, they admit to doing stuff too. So now it's just like, she's okay with lying. She calls it strategic commentary. That's a lie. So basically, this is our strategic commentary, but really she just lying to your face. And, oh, I'm just doing it just to throw them off and all of that kind of stuff. So she's just in your face with it now because she knows that they're going to support whatever, and they have enabled that behavior.
So they can expect it to only get worse, because that's kind of like what happens when they get away with it. They tend to, not only do they get bolder, a part of her going live after she gets exposed and called out on some shit is to rub in the people, not only the people who are attempting to expose her. It's kind of like to rub their face in the fact that, yeah, I scammed you bitches. Yeah, I got up here and lied, but I still have support. So what tends to happen sometimes is that if people don't have the tenacity, they may lose the wind in their, the wind may weaken in their sails in terms of, well, it's not getting the desired result. This is the reason why I have a issue with like when you have people like Leak You and Jason that put out information, they're able to drown out their voice by deflecting. Nobody is saying that they have to become your besties, but it doesn't mean that if you see something in the physical form of receipts, I'm talking about something you can see with your own eyes, hear with your own ears, or in terms of things that you can look up and do the research yourself. So you're not just taking their word. I think sometimes people get so caught up in who it is that's providing the information that they show a blatant disregard for the information.
Right. You're right. And I totally get that. So, we do. Sometimes we just need to look past the person, like forget who it is talking or showing, just look at what it is they're showing and listen to what they're saying, you know, and that's what I was saying in the chat. Like, I mean, both of those people, you know, I mean, and I get, and so I get what you're saying. So I am going to go watch for myself and go see what he said. Cause I'm never at his channel, on this channel, but you know, both of those people supported her during all of that time that she was doing all of that, cheered her on, helped her go after people and everything. And it was all good when they were okay. And now that they're not okay, you know, now you want
They're
to
racist.
put out this
I just
information.
saw. I'm sorry. I just
Mhm.
saw, and I'm
Mhm.
talking about over the course of the last month. I
Yeah.
just seen him thanking QB for being on his channel, for welcoming him,
Mm.
for making him feel welcome on his channel. So again,
Mm.
that's just another manipulation tactic. Okay, it's
Mhm.
okay for me to use this person for information and for me
Yes.
to slither around with this person on the back end and have this
Mhm.
little secret alliance with the person. But the minute that they do something that I don't like, well, this person's a racist. This person
Yeah.
is listen, I don't know if they are. I don't know them like that. I don't know him,
Right.
and I don't know Leak You. I know of them, you know.
Right.
But I
Mhm.
do know what I've seen with my own two eyeballs on both their
Yeah.
channels, and I'm going to
Yeah.
drop the link to this particular video, y'all. On
Mhm.
he has this creepy name,
Mhm.
and the thing is, the title of the live stream will actually throw you off, because he's saying, please do not report at FyeBabe, like I'm not even going to say that name, because
Mhm.
you know, assuming that he's taking shots. But when
Mhm.
so it'll throw you off, but when you
Mhm.
actually go and listen to the video, he is literally breaking down step by
Okay.
step what to do, how to report, what to
Okay.
report, and what
Mhm.
laws that whole FyeCation violated in the state of Illinois. He's
Ooh.
basically done all the research for you. Now,
Oh.
I'm going to recommend that when it comes to anything, you do your
Mhm.
own research to see whether or not the research that you come up with concurs what he has, but everything is all laid out. The
Mhm.
websites or the agencies that you were reported to, so that you don't waste time and energy, that's
Yeah.
already being provided. He also
Mhm.
explains how you can be recompensed
Oh.
for the
Okay.
money that, for if they are able, because trust and believe me, if the feds can recover some money that you've taken, they're going to get it any way that they can. They will
Yeah.
confiscate your shit. Everybody that's involved, they're going to seize those bank accounts, all of that shit. Okay,
Mhm.
depending on the amount of money, that's a large enough. Now, if it was a small amount of money, they probably wouldn't
Mhm.
care nothing about it. But when you start talking about that type of bread,
Yeah.
they will seize some shit. He provided the links to the PayPal's. I'm trying
Mhm.
to understand, why does a
Wow.
person have that many goddamn cash apps? Again, she
Oh
thinks
yeah.
that she's being smart, but technically,
Mhm.
what you're doing is sending off a red flag for the feds. Those are the type of
Mhm.
things that they look for. There's no reason for you to have multiple cash apps. There's no
Mhm.
reason for you to have you know, you got multiple cash apps, money PayPal accounts. All of that shit is indicative of money laundering. Point blank,
Yeah.
period. That's how they look at it. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what you look at it as. I'm telling you what the feds look at it as.
Mhm.
Because if you got to send money through this, and the other thing that they're going to pay attention to is, once you got money, where did it go after it was received? You might have got it through your cash app, but where did it go after the fact?
Yeah.
That's why I said, when it comes to sneaky conniving broads like that, listen, you
Mhm.
don't know whether some of those mods over there are in on her. First of all, you don't know who. If you have seen those people, or you don't know who the fuck it is behind those accounts. For all
Right.
the fuck we know, it could be the family members that's scamming with her behind those accounts. I don't put
Yeah.
anything past a bitch like that, because she has no credibility.
None.
You don't know if they have provided you don't know if they were acting or forging documents in her family members' names to say, oh, I'm so and so. You don't know. We don't know whether the family knows that she was doing the shit,
You
or
know,
if she gave them
honestly,
anything.
I'm telling you, cause I'm or like, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like they might not, especially that brother in jail. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The only reason why anybody knew about him was because people digging up stuff on her, being in a beef with her. But she don't talk about him, and she has a brother that is supposed to be gay that she doesn't talk about. She only talks about the one brother that she brought on here and all of that kind of stuff or whatever, but her other family members and stuff, she doesn't talk about any of those people. Like nothing. Like the thing about it is real weird because
why would they be her employees? Why would they be listed as employee? Like I said, I'm gonna go back over that. I'm gonna go back over that video that Jason wrote again for certain information, and I'm going to wait to see. I would like to see that flyer for this whole event that she planned, and then get a gist of the timeline that she planned. That she planned it out. Because here's the whole thing: if all you were going to freaking do it is a fucking a weekend in fucking Chicago, right? This is where Chicago is actually the place. So you weren't going to any place exotic or anything like that. This was supposed to be in Chicago. Why the fuck would it take you a whole entire year to plan something like that? When motherfuckers can plan a cruise to travel the whole goddamn Caribbean in 3 months. I just don't understand that.
The thing, yeah. And that I don't even know how I want to word that. Okay, so let me see. So her mother, her brother. Okay, let me say this. She brought this lady on here, right? And tried to say, like, this is my best friend from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever. Like, basically trying to prove that she has friends outside of YouTube. Because it's just very odd, the list of people that she has on there. Because it's really like, until she came to YouTube, she doesn't have friends. It's almost like she's burned all her bridges before she got here. Like she was already burning bridges and doing people wrong and all. This is just in her. This is what she does. And now she's just on YouTube doing it. Is what it seems like to me, just because of, she doesn't have any outside relationships outside of YouTube, like any friends or people that she hangs out with or talks to. Her whole thing is YouTube or has come from YouTube. Like she has nothing else outside of her except for that one brother that she'll talk about, and her mama don't even really deal with her or nothing.
But she just said a few days ago that she was driving a couple of weeks ago. She was driving, that she drove quite a distance to take her mother some tacos. And that she told her daughter that this is what she expects of her as well. I'm sure. Okay, somebody is saying yes, giving love, receiving love. Her brother that's in prison, that has been in prison for many years for a homicide, is on the paperwork listed as an employee. That's why I said if you set aside who it is that's putting the information out and actually just look at the receipts.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying go be Leak U's bestie, go be Jason's bestie, or go start congregating. Just to look at the receipts for the information that the receipts contain, and then form your conclusions. If she was here's the whole thing. Even if I don't know whose information, if anybody's information, she provided to FyeBabe. What I do know is that's a deflection. If in fact she doxed Tasha K, did you contact Tasha K when she sent you the information and said, look, YouTuber to YouTuber, I know you have children there. This was the information that I got, even if you didn't reveal the source of where you got the information from. The fact that you held on to that information and now you want to weaponize it and call yourself popping some fucking body. If I was Tasha K, if you brought that to Mike and she added Tasha K in that freaking post, my question would be, bitch, why didn't you tell me when you first got it? What am I supposed to do with this now? Okay, so you held on to this information how long? She could have
Exactly.
disclosed that without disclosing who sent her. She didn't have to reveal the source. She could have
No.
just said, listen, this person put your information out there. It's floating around the beef sector. The fact that she didn't do that, no, nobody's impressed with the fact that you pointing out now that we don't know whether or not I don't care whether she did it or not. What I do know is, bitch, that has nothing to do with the fraudulence of the loan. That has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with FyeCation. Whose information somebody sent you. If they sent you the information and you didn't disclose to the person that their information was out there, guess what, bitch? You received the information. Received it. So what exactly were you holding on to it to? Tasha K is not just a hobbyist type of YouTuber. So why would you hold on to that information? You full of shit, bitch, and we're not going. Okay?
Exactly. Like, what did you plan on doing with it is the question.
Right. That's the whole thing. And again, because she was so triggered and scrambling for cover, right? She just went on, she was just looking for anything to put out there to deflect from what she was being called out on. Again, she showed us emails. I'm sorry, go ahead, April. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, babe. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying the thing that threw me off is you're showing an email. The woman said that she contacted you regarding advertisement. She said that. You're making it seem like you got all of these extensive emails from her. The woman went through and showed the emails that she sent you. So okay, again, what the fuck does that have to do with what she called you out on? She didn't say, oh, we had emails back and forth. No. What does that have to do with the fraud? What does that have to do with you filing for the loan or the PPP loan for a business that didn't exist and listing a person that's incarcerated as an employee for that business? That has nothing to do with it. So that was nothing but a deflection. But if she can go live and entertain motherfuckers and talk about turn your camera on and do dance and twerk and do all this other stupid shit. See, a part of that, again, that's a part of that in with the cult-like mentality. Oh, if people see sometimes a person, especially if they're if they feel like their voice has been drowned out in the smear campaign, they can almost feel like, what's the point? They can kind of like feel it has to be a person with a lot of tenacity to just keep going, because it can lead you to feeling defeated, because it's like, okay, I'm going up against this person. I'm telling the truth, just like for the longest time. Now, I don't know about everything that happened with Jay Dunn, but I do know that when she put out the story that Jay Dunn walked all through the house calling her name, I'm not talking about anything else about Jay Dunn. I'm talking about this particular instance when she made it seem like the woman was stalking and obsessed with her, and she walked through the house hollering and looking for her, because of course the star of the show was there. And then you actually see the video and it's like, well, wait a minute. She's actually leaving and walking through the house with the damn videotape, with the camera. I mean, with the phone camera, just to say goodbye. It's not like what you're trying to make it out to seem like, look like what it is.
Wow. I didn't see that.
So that was on, a lot of times, like I said, and that's due. I can't say that I always knew that. That's something that I learned through trial and error, that a lot of times people with bigger platforms tend to do that and say, okay, well, and everything is a hater. Oh, this person is doing this out of hate. No, it's not always because of hate, No. And again, she has a problem with it. That's in part the reason why me and her had the issue. Because I told the truth about what I saw and about what my interpretations were. I felt that she put a plant in another YouTuber's chat because she had already analyzed. Keep in mind, she had already studied Claudiva. And she studied her enough to know how to kind of like figure out how she was going to react. So it wasn't, she never intended for the lady, she intended for Claudiva to take note of the lady being in her chat. When that didn't happen, when that was a fail, well, let me go to my platform and say that this woman who to this day, we've never confirmed this woman had any relationship with China Doll.
Right.
Whatsoever.
Right.
And then Rita pulls out receipts and says, listen, this lady, you didn't just meet this lady, didn't just contact you out of nowhere. You had a relationship, a rapport with this lady that extends over years. Here are the receipts. She didn't like the fact that I came over here to my sector and told people, as far as that situation, like kind of like pump your brakes as far as that situation is concerned, because this is what I saw. And I know the person was in Claudiva's chat asking, she was trying to get Claudiva's attention.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. And that's another thing, you know, something is serious. Oh, that's another thing. See, everything, like anytime something like that happens, like that woman really did lose her life in real life.
Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, so what you mean? So Kiki, what you mean? You saying did you speak before you pulled up when you pulled up in the chat? Or did you just come and chat on some did you come into let me go back up and make sure I read your comments. How are you, sir? I'm gonna go back up and see, because I wasn't paying attention to the chat because I was talking. Let me see what your first comment is. Okay, well, here's the whole fucking thing. Fuck, nigga. You know what's not being real, pussy? Excuse me. Let me drop you off for a second, April. I'll bring you right back in. You know what's not being real, pussy? Fuck, nigga. Kitchen bitch living off your bitch. You know what ain't being real, Louisiana boy? Bayou boy? Country boy? Dude boy? While your wife out taking care of you, boy. The fact that that's the bitch that was spreading the narrative of you being a fucking pedophile. Pussy, get this pussy out my fucking chat. Now go to your channel, bitch. Right? Why you lay on your motherfucking lazy, trifling motherfucking ass. Flirting with bitches from one end of fucking YouTube to the fucking next, you fuck nigga. While your wife take care of your trifling ass. Get the fuck up off of your trifling motherfucking ass and that fucking wife and that daughter that you online pretending to care so much about, pussy. Take care of them, bitch. Who the fuck you think you talking to, pussy? This ain't the beef sector, bitch. Get a fucking job, you fucking bum. That's what the fuck you do, bitch. That's the same bitch. Ain't nothing come out of FyeBabe's fucking mouth, you pussy. The fuck? You got a problem with, you ain't got a problem with white bitches. And let them know what the fuck you doing online, nigga. Play with it, ho. Get the fuck out of my chat, Bayou boy. For I'll bury your motherfucking ass and feed you to the motherfucking alligators, bitch. You got me and life all fucked up. Now, if you don't mind, dickhead, kitchen bitch. Go find you some dishes to wash. Put your little apron on with your little ass hanging out. Pay your wife a dick. reason why your wife probably ain't never around, because she probably getting dicked down by somebody else who got a fucking job. She probably fucking and sucking it out with the bills. They got the big black dick with the purple goddamn lemon-sized head on it, little man. Fuck out of here, bitch. Who the fuck you think you playing with? You got me fucked up. I'll fuck you in your ass. I'll put a strap on and fuck you in your ass and have you on your knees sucking my dick like you want them niggas over there in the beef sector to do, bitch. I'll make you suck my dick in front of your wife, bitch. And then fuck her. Now go run tell that. Now, cause this fuck nigga done pissed me the fuck off. I will make you suck my dildo. After I fuck you in your ass in front of your bitch and then fuck your bitch. Go wash some dishes, dishpan hands. Get a fucking job, you fucking bum. Instead of slithering your fucking flunky motherfucking ass around these motherfucking chats looking for bitches to take care of you and send you fucking cash apps while your wife out grinding to take care of your trifling motherfucking ass. Bum niggas can't talk to me. Bitch, if you can't show me a bank account with 5 bands in it right the fuck now, I'll drop the link for you to bring your bitch ass up here right now. Shut the fuck up and stop talking to me, bum ass nigga. I'm sorry, April. Go ahead.
No
We're going to
problem.
finish up, sis, and we'll do this another day. I do know that you do other content and stuff like that, true crime and stuff like that. I would love to have you up, you and a couple of my other sisters here from this sector to actually do some actual content. I do apologize like that for that interruption, but you got me fucked up, dude. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, finish up what you was saying. Because there's a couple of other things that people. That's why I said we can do a part 2. It's a couple of other. It's kind of like impromptu questions, but I want to go to sleep on it and think about some other stuff that I would like to ask you and some other people that have some insight. Like I said, this is a new sector. You know, like the sectors have merged, right? Despite the resistance, and you know, so just like how you all don't know or may not be familiar with everybody over here in this sector, we're not familiar with stuff that, you know, with everybody in that sector. So that's why it's good not to just form opinions based off of what somebody else's experience is with a person if you haven't gotten to know that person. And even if if you hear bad things, it's still good to just sit back and observe for a while. You know, before you just jump to conclusions. Oh, this person said this about. No, I'm basing my opinions on my own assessment of what I see in this broad and what my personal experiences are about them. I can't speak to it's not to minimize what anybody's experience has been with Leak, you, Jason, or anybody. I haven't had those. I haven't dealt with them on that level. I don't know them. You understand what I'm saying? Only thing I'm speaking on is the receipts that I seen with my own two eyes. That's all I can speak on. Okay.
And that's the only way to do it, is to look at things for yourself. And you know, and that's why I'm not saying anything against, you know, either one of them or whatever. You know, it's just my thing.
You know, sorry, April. I'm sorry. You know, the only thing that's sad, bitch, is the teeth, right? The only thing that's sad, you bitch, is the fucking teeth I saw when you had that camera slip. And because I'm a bitch, right, that's always, listen, I don't make it, I'm not in the business The next time I go live, you know what's gonna be, you know what's gonna be my fucking avatar, bitch. The teeth that I saw when you had that camera slip. Cause see, I knew you was a pussy. Make no mistake about it. My street savviness never leaves me. And I knew you was a nigga I was going to end up happening in the dog walk. Okay? The first time I caught you lying on me to the people that was in your sector, bitch. So because I'm always ready, I don't ever have to get ready, bitch. And I was waiting for you to jump off the porch so I can crush you like the motherfucking Bayou cricket that you are, bitch. You will be addressed on another stream. Okay? But I was waiting for you. You know what you are? You a fucking dick eater that's scrambling for fucking coins, you bum ass fucking nigga. You the only fucking nigga I know. Do you take trips from Louisiana to Texas on a fucking daily basis? Nigga, where the fuck do you live at? 1 minute you in Louisiana floating down a motherfucking stream in a motherfucking flood, and the next motherfucking minute you at a gas station or in Fifth Ward to fucking Texas. Get your lies together, bitch. You over there to beg for fucking cash apps. And you willing to sell your soul to one of the main bitches that had the biggest platform that was spreading the narrative of you being a fucking sexual deviant. I will make you suck your own dick. I will literally grab you by the back of your motherfucking neck like a lioness does her cubs and make you suck your own fucking dick on a live stream, bitch. You got me fucked up. Until you can explain those teeth, don't say nothing to me. Go ahead. We're going to finish up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everybody, that's why I'm just watch people for yourself and build your own liking, and you know, watch who you like and just get the information for yourself. It's always the best way to go because things change all the time and people are going to add and sometimes they're going to take away. But what I'll do is I'm going to get my email and I will I screenshotted your email, so I'm going to send you that, and then yeah, we can get together another time and just, you know, because you know, and after you you know, have other questions or just things that you would like to discuss, I'm always available. So
okay,
I'll always be watching for your stream. And I love true crime. When you said that in your live, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been trying to it was some live streams. One is actually going to be premiering at 12. It's ironic that the second part, the part 2, I didn't have no problems uploading that. That's going to be premiering on my Cookie Clara Sentient Chronicles on the backup channel at 12. I didn't have any problems with that, but the other one, it was just let me see, because I actually still have that window open. Let me see if it ever even finished. That's regarding the Tyon Palmer story. It was supposed to be for Wicked Women Wednesday, but yeah. So, but I'm definitely, and it's still saying pending. Oh, okay, it's premiering. Oh, that's listen, all this damn time. Goodness. Okay, so it's actually premiering the other channel, but there's a part 2 that's coming to there's a part 2 that's coming to that, but it's some content that me and my sis JV Dessalines had done together regarding true crime. So I wanted to go ahead. I said, while I'm working on current content, I can actually start premiering some of those old streams. And I would love to have like topics where we open up the panel and we have people come give different commentary on specific case stories, or I post on my community tab in advance what the story is going to be. Give everybody time to do their research so that when we come together in the evenings and do it, everybody will be ready to rock and roll. But I certainly appreciate you giving me your time. I appreciate you having the courage to hit the link.
Thank you.
And once I look at this, once I get the do a little bit more research on my own and get they already said that the hotel was the DoubleTree, so I'm gonna go back and price like what the fee, just do a little bit of research, do a little bit of legwork, And
Yeah.
I would love to take a look at this this itinerary and brochure that she had for this so-called FyeCation.
Yeah.
That ended up being a vacation for her. Okay.
Definitely did. Definitely did. Well, I'll send you what I got, and then we can just go on from there. But thank you so much for letting me up, and I'll see you next time.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, free thinker. Yes. Philly Melanin mods, can you do me a favor and drop the link of the content creators? I'm going to go grab that link to that live stream where Jason is providing the information. His channel is actually this creepy friggin' name. It's actually Elderly Orgy, ELDERLYORGY. That's his YouTube channel. I'm going to provide the link to this particular stream where he's talking about the laws that were broken in the state of Illinois regarding this trip, this so-called FyeCation and what. And he's also given specific instructions as to how to file a complaint and with what said agencies that complaint should be filed. So give me just 1 second. Let me mute up for a second. Thanks for sharing those links. I'm going to drop the link, you all. There's some content premiere on my backup channel. Thank you guys for coming through. I certainly appreciate you for giving me the hours of your time. And I'll be live tomorrow, guys.
Yeah. Gangsta. Y'all ready?
Gangsta grill, you bastard.
Got it, we back at it.
Hey, label told me not to drop a tape. Label told me not to drop a tape.
I'm sorry.
Fuck. P.O. told me not to leave the state. Fuck. not to drop a tape.
Streets ask for it.
DJ Drama, fuck these niggas up.
Hey, label told me not to drop a tape. Fuck 'em. P.O. told me not to leave the state. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Young nigga, you got a 9. You doing fine. You dog down for him an ounce. I can see you trying. Yeah, I respect your grind. 252. I respect the 9. And I know 9 niggas chillin'. 3 of them tellin'. I got 9 niggas with me. 8 of them felons. 9. Fresh off the slab. Tell them fuck it, gon' front you the whole head. Pussy cat niggas, they got 9 lives. So I'ma try to kill him 9 times. Shout out the niggas on the blocks and the bitches in beauty shops with rollers in their head. They niggas off in the fed, collecting every calls and pictures and writing letters and making every visit. Y'all the realest bitches up 100. 100. See, niggas don't get it, my nigga. Like, niggas talking they want a bad bitch. See, a straight nigga need a real bitch, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you gonna go through something. Nigga took you on 9 trips and 9 countries, ran through 900,000. And a nigga locked up 9 days and the bitch gone. Damn. These bitches temporary, my hustle necessary. One thing about me and a hoe, I ain't never worried. 99 problems, one issue, them folks will lynch you. You on the court and you ballin', them feds will come and bench you for real. Indict you 25 life, you for real. For real. My homie told me not to cross the plug, but fuck it. But down bad, I told him what it was. So fuck him.
You know, sometimes you just gotta say fuck them
Fuck.
and make your move.
Fuck 'em. My album dropping may not sell a record, but fuck it. Kill a nigga, make them hoes respect it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.